Hey guys, welcome back to WeWatch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And today we're on time, and we know the time, and the time is Cinemacon time. Honk honk. And we got the right time.
I was reading some of your all's chats before we went live, and then Action was like wham on a Tuesday, and then don't go to straight out Action. They fucked up. It reminds me of Double Impact when it was like, oh yeah, bro, we did it. He's like, we did what? You fucked up.
And you know that happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't think about the convention is actually in Pacific time. But you know, we did today. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay, USA. Okay. I think your internet is struggling, but it's gonna be okay. We're not gonna think about it. I shouldn't have said it out loud. I don't want to put that kind of bad juju in the universe.
Hold on a minute.
Palm guy. Bon Young. How are you guys doing today? Now listen, I think Jay's maybe fixing something on his internet. Maybe on the wrong hole. Happens twice a week. If you're good at your job, if you're good at what you do, it happens at least twice a week. How are we doing on this Tuesday? What's our day been like? What are we drinking? Smoking. I'm going to call the cops, though. I do know that. If you do say that you're smoking illegal drugs, I'm going to call the police on you. I'll do it. I swear. Water's good, too. It's very good to be hydrated. What's up, Dennis Hawk? I'm gonna do the first refresh right now because that thing started 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, Cinemacon, Warner Brothers started. Ooh, don't forget, look what I got for you guys. Glorious. I typed words. They go across the screen. It's a magical thing. I don't know how it happens. It just does. We're just men who make magic. Speaking of magic,
well,
Jay's back.
I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is it's what's going on is hours, and it's causing it just to completely slow down. Like earlier this afternoon, I came in here and tested it. Everything was fine, no problems. I went in here and did like a quick dry run. Everything was good, no issues, no drops.
You got to try a wet run.
I know. I got to, I kind of lube it up before I ask for permission to do a run. But I don't know.
Yeah, moist internet is a good internet.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I think, you might just have to bite the bullet and drag a fucking cord in there, man, and plug that shit directly into the feed.
Actually, I can't.
Can't?
There's no hookup in here. I told you that the old landlord is a piece of dumb shit. The old landlord, he made it where you could only plug it into one part of the
other. Well, no, you just plug it into your modem and then you run it down the hallway.
No, I'm saying, but in this particular room, there's no jack.
Right, you would have to run it down your hallway. But
yeah,
you get
or I can move the computer into the living room.
That's a possibility.
Which I might have to do that. I don't know. I might have to do that. It is what it be. I have to figure it out because this is not going to fly in my situations. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell her.
Get in your hole, wife. Get in your hole.
By the way, somebody asked if I'd done any more research into aliens and stuff. Not today. I said what I wanted to say. I busted out my nut like yesterday. That's all I wanted to talk about yesterday. I don't have any more news coverage.
That's moist. Mm-hmm. Those are moist.
I was going to ask you guys. I was telling Mike like just before we started. I don't know. Like it's not going to be like tomorrow or anything like that. But I was looking into making a Discord. Would you guys be interested in doing that or being a part of that Discord? Because if there's a significant interest in it, then I'll actually create one and run it and shit.
Yeah. The only introduction fee would be a nude photo of yourself or someone over the age of 76.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, those are the stipulations, and if you can't pass those, I don't know what to do. We're
not trying to look at kids, you know.
Well, no, it wouldn't be my Discord. It would be the We Watch Movie Discord. It would be for everybody that's part of the channel. I don't know if I don't know. Does it make it members or not members, but people that are subscribed? I guess that's what you do. I don't know. I was looking up.
I've been on there like
I was looking up some info on it. It seems pretty fun. I mean, I pop in every once in a while, throughout the week, and Mike could pop in every once in a while. We get a free minute, and hang out with you guys, talk, whatever. Show each other nudes, as long as you're consenting adults.
That's the whole point, right? That's what people use it for, right? Cheaters, bunch of dirty cheaters.
Iron Wolf says I don't use Discord. Well, Iron Wolf said no, so it's over.
Okay. The Warner Brothers panel at Cinemacon is about to begin. The funeral is about to begin, boy. So we should be getting stuff coming in here any moment now. To catch up a couple things that have gone on today, John Wick 5 is happening. They're making a John Wick 5. Keanu's coming back for said John Wick 5. They're also doing an animated anime John Wick movie that Keanu is going to do the voice for, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw some stuff on it. I didn't look into a lot of details. I felt like shit yesterday, dude. Oh, we really felt bad about getting the times wrong, and we missed out on so much shit. But by the time it was rolling out, had been streaming for 3 hours. There was no way. There was just no way. I'd had too many adult beverages.
I was honestly planning to go like 6 hours, but then you were like, "All right, guys, it's been a good one." So I was like, "All right, we're going."
Well, because I knew I was just gonna sound like a drunken stepdad at Thanksgiving. It was just gonna be slurred words.
I'm not saying it
words,
good.
Slurred words, and people that were new coming in like, "Look at this raging alcoholic telling me my movie news. I like it, but I don't at the same time." So I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I better bow out of this." But I did see all the stuff coming out. And I'm like, holy shit, there was quite a bit. I saw the Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Tom Holland, even though he wasn't there, he did do a call in, which is kind of cool. And I remember the Brand New Day comic book that came out, and I guess that makes sense with direction they're moving forward with it. It's also going to take place between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah,
and then and then they showed Into the Spider-Verse sequel, which is I wish I'd watched that one.
Yeah, and in the comic, that comic, that the Brand New Day comic, it's funny because part of that storyline is actually Spider-Man making everybody forget he was Spider-Man, and in that process losing Mary Jane, which is exactly what just happened. So it makes total sense.
I think it was the comic that preceded that was called One More Day, which by the way, even today people still get pissed off about the comic book. It was a super controversial one at the time, and I think it was Mistopheles that was the one that made everyone disappear and his marriage go away, and people got fucking pissed. And but yeah, I was like, that's kind of cool, but I did wish we had watched the Into the Spider-Verse trailer, but it is what it be. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and they didn't show a trailer for that one anyway. They just showed a couple pictures.
Yeah,
so it doesn't come out till 2027, which is sort of a bummer.
I know,
but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what. Let's take a look at the little Tabo news together here as we're looking at this. I just my movie news feed that I have here on Twitter. It says 28 years later. I guess these are actual new images. Well, we're going to take a look at that. I didn't know that they released any of these.
Cillian Murphy's he's got to get off the Ozempic. He didn't need it before, and now it's just destroying him.
I know. Ironically, that's not.
Looks like Callista Flockhart.
Everybody thought that was Cillian Murphy. It's not. It's just. Oh, hang on.
See, you mentioned Ozempic and Callista Flockhart, and the demons go crazy.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And my wife got in a fight with a neighbor.
Sit down.
Oh, fuck. You want to take a minute?
Nah, we're good. We're dog sitting. We're dog sitting. And another fight happened. It's always fun, you know? It gets the heart ramping up a little bit. Last time that happened, it was
those damn solicitors and Pentecostals at your door again.
Yeah, they're good. The dogs are good. My wife's in there with them. I'm not just leaving them to their business. But anyway, yeah, that's not Cillian Murphy, but it is a very skinny art dealer that Danny Boyle found somewhere. Here's a new picture. That's Aaron Taylor Johnson, who should not ever be the next James Bond, by the way. Ever. That's terrible. Terrible casting. Everybody knows
that's Aaron Taylor Johnson looking at his career closing it.
Yeah, after Craven.
Yeah.
After what happened with Craven. There's another one of him and his son. That was allegedly in the second trailer that they showed last night. That was a big part of the trailer, was showing him as a dad teaching his son the ropes. Here's this one of him and his son. And again, that dude hanging there, some people were thinking that could be Cillian Murphy's character, but Danny Boyle said that you're going to have to wait a while to see him, which I think he may be saying that you're going to have to wait until the Boneyard.
Dude, Aaron Taylor, was that Aaron Taylor Johnson? Yeah, he doesn't fucking age, dude. I swear to God, he stopped aging at 25.
I mean, he's pretty young though, right? I mean,
I thought he was in his 30s. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's younger than I think, but he just looks like he stopped aging at 25.
Yeah, I wish he'd stop acting. I'm just kidding. Not really. And then Ralph Fiennes, who has the stupidest spelled name in the history of movies, looking evil. Actually, he's looking like he was just born. Like Like the scene in Ace Ventura when he comes out of the elephant's butt.
That goddamn Voldemort is back on the escalator.
Yeah, he's looking gross, man. He's looking like us after the stream last night. To be honest,
that's how I felt for sure this morning.
So there's some new ones, and then obviously, that's what we're hoping for, right? That's the big, that's the big.
What is going on with Superman? Because I've heard numerous things. I've heard they said the test audience hated it from what they showed, and that they're scared and nervous. And then I heard not long ago, like a couple of days ago, like no, the test audience love it, and it's actually going to be really good. I don't know what's what. I don't know.
See, I didn't hear that the test screening went bad, but I haven't looked into a lot of that stuff because you never know, You just never know what's real, what's not.
It might have been a rumor, but I think maybe, when they always say, well, the test screeners hated it, it might have been one person. His cape wasn't red enough. I don't like it.
Iron Wolf said that he heard the test audience loved it. I agree with Greg that I thought that the CGI was awful in the trailer. I really did.
But... Well, aren't they using the guy from The Flash?
Yeah. Same
dude.
You go. Just barking at someone, probably an old lady walking down the street. Here comes an old lady walking down the street. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, yeah.
Well, the CGI is pretty awful, and I don't know if that comes off terrible, then that movie is going to be dog shit. People like what?
Oh, nothing. It was a rhino, not an elephant. My apologies to everyone.
Yeah. You got to get that right. If you don't get your Jim Carrey references right, get out of here.
I'm embarrassed.
No, I think that if the CGI is awful, people are not going to enjoy that film. Even if the acting is great and the story is great, if the CGI looks like shit and it has and as much money as that movie's going to cost and how well that movie's got to be received by the audience, it is not a good look for it. The universe will be dead if that movie flops. Warner Brothers will back way off of their DC live action films for a while.
Yeah, I read that in an article today.
It
was like a major article that was like, rumor is that Warner Brothers is banking their basically the entire studio on Superman right now.
They have to. But here's the thing. That's crazy. So that's like saying if this movie does bad, Warner Brothers is out. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, considering what just happened with Joker 2.
Well, that was a dog shit movie. Well, but the Batman they've still got the Batman 2 sequel working for them. And the Matt Reeves story. So the payment is well.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. There's also this Austin Butler was announced a while back. I think he was announced, not officially apparently, as the new Patrick Bateman in the American Psycho remake. That's not supposed to be a remake, but the dude who's directing it, Luca Guadagnino, Ganino. There we go. Luca Guadagnino. I quit.
It sounds like a really complicated Italian dish that costs too much. I don't want
He's officially directing American Psycho, but he says that they're in conversation with exciting performers to play the leads. So maybe it's not Austin Butler.
Well, it's going to be interesting because, again, I think with most of the chat, and we've had those polls and stuff, that we don't think that Patrick Bateman can be replaced. I mean, Christian Bale's performance can be outdone. So it's going to be interesting. Even though Austin Butler is a good actor, I just don't. I don't know. And and he does have a weird look about him. I could see him playing it. I just don't know if he's going to do as good of a job as Christian Bale. It's weird that it even needs to be a remake at all. It doesn't really need a remake at all.
Which the only thing that made me sort of interested in is when the guy came out and said, he was like, this is not a remake. It's a complete different take than what you saw. But then when you go and you read the book, like the book is pretty spot on what you saw in the movie, like the cadence and everything of the character. So I don't know.
But that just sounds like a dude be like, it's not the same sex position, honey. Okay, it's going to be totally different, and then they just want to flop it on top of them like a fish. So it's the same thing. Yeah,
am I going to come or what? That's what the people.
I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be. I really want to see the Superman trailer. Get a new one of those.
Yeah, and I think in all likelihood, what they'll probably do is they'll probably show it to them, and then we'll get a reaction. We'll have someone explain to us. I did see today that they said there is going to be Superman footage in front of Minecraft in theaters this weekend. So I mean, it's close. So it's possible we get it tonight, but I don't know.
We'll see, Dad. We will see.
I'm taking Ellie to see Minecraft. I do not have high hopes for it. It's probably going to suck butt, Steve. Which is ironic.
My name is Steve.
Mr. Deadlights says, why does my butthole hurt so much?
Because you got one of those lamps that we were talking about, one of those special lamps, the unicorn lamp.
Yeah, that I don't know if you guys saw that last night, but A24 released a unicorn. Supposedly it's a lamp. Definitely looks like a windy dildo, and everyone knows it.
You can't sit on those, Mr. Deadlights. Your butthole went dead. That's what happened.
Gotta be careful. You really do. Matt Hayes, thanks, buddy. Says, hey, I got a free super chat. Mike, I'm not smoking weed. Yeah. If you're a member, when you get little anniversaries, they pop. It's nice. Hey, I got a free super chat. I'm not smoking weed. Don't call the cops. Also, top 5 Blink songs from One More Time. I like it. I don't know why you put One More Time Part 2. Okay, so the full thing. Dance With Me, Childhood. I'm not a fan of Childhood. That's my least favorite one. Blink Wave, No Fun, Cut Me Off. And it does change. Dude, that's a great list. Apart from Childhood, I agree with a lot of those. My list would be different. You know what's a great one? Cut Me Off. Cut Me Off would have been a huge single had they.
Don't you ever do it on the highway with me? Don't you ever do it? I'll lay it on that fucking horn. I'll do it. I'll lay on that horn.
Freaking great, man. Great. I like the list, Matt. Well done, buddy. Christopher Sampson. Mike, thank you for the recommendation for the major motion picture companion. Jay, keep on rocking in the free world. Is Jack Quaid worth the attention?
Jack Quaid.
Yeah. I think he's going to do good. I think he's got to play some different characters. But then again, we can't judge Jack Quaid for playing the same character in every movie when Jenna Ortega plays the same character in literally every movie she does, and no one seems to mind. So, but you're welcome, dude. Yeah, companion rock. DJ, I think you'll like that when you see it.
Oh, I know Jack. Okay, I was going to say the boys.
Jack Quaid?
Jack Quaid, yeah. Yeah, I think he's a good actor.
I like him quite a bit. I did not see Novocaine, but I still like it a lot. Thanks, buddy. Tim McChickens. Hey, Loomis, did you bop your baloney today? We need to know. It's important.
Did you get any new jokes other than you being a chicken nugget fucker? Why don't you shut your goddamn mouth, Tim? You always come in here with something stupid to say. All right, goddamn. Go flip my burger, bitch. I don't know what to tell you, baloney boppers.
By the way, this one's crazy. This is nuts. I need your all's opinion on this because I think it's an April Fool's joke. I do. This just came out and it's being shared by Disgusting Film. It was shared by like First Showing or one of those sites. And Joe Blow actually at least has the smarts to be like, this might be an April Fool's joke. But major news outlets are actually reporting right now that Brad Pitt is going to write. Brad Pitt wrote a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel. It's going to star Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio's in talks, and David Fincher's going to direct it.
Sounds like shit.
I mean, it sounds amazing because we all know that
awful.
David Fincher's an amazing director, and you know it.
He's awful. No, I'm kidding. It sounds pretty good. We'll see.
You bow before the greatness of David Fincher, but could that movie work? I think, fuck yeah, that movie could work. Is this true? Hell no. This has got to be an April Fool's joke, dude.
Why would
Tarantino wouldn't want somebody else directing that fucking movie?
That's why it's an April Fool's joke. There's no way Tarantino would allow that. If he's not going to direct it, he won't allow it.
And also, Jeff Snyder is the one that said DiCaprio's also in talks. That guy is full of crap half the time, anyways, even when it's not an April Fool's joke. So I don't know, Richard. I don't know. I'm gonna put up a poll though. I'm gonna put up a poll. I need to know what you guys think. Is this real or fake? Jay and I say fake. You say fake too, Jay?
Ted, yeah, I think it's totally fake.
Yeah, we call it bullshit. Bullshit, Gregory. Okay, I'm still on that page here. Let me go. Okay. Hey, that guy stole our idea. That's cool. He also has more people watching. Don't go look at who I'm talking about.
Mind the Gap says, you know, Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery's podcast had a memorial for DiCaprio's character after he died. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like. There's been stuff written by Tarantino that's out there that you can read. Okay, let me see here.
Holly doesn't like. She's like, Snyder, yuck. What?
I'm putting up a poll right now. Do you think that the Once Upon a Time is an April Fool's gag? Yes.
Oh.
Come on, click it. Feel free to talk while I'm doing this, Jay.
Nick Nasty bad. Nick Nasty, my bad. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about something else, yeah. Fake unless Tarantino is making it 100%. That's why I don't think it's true. Because I mean, he did like what was the only sequel he did? Kill Bill Volume 2, and he directed that. Right? I think that's the only sequel to any of his movies.
And 3, right? They did a third one, didn't they?
Oh, did they do it?
No,
I don't know.
did they ever do it?
I don't doubt they did 2 of them.
I feel like I'm in a different fucking. I'm looking it up right now, but I think you're right. He's not a big sequel guy. That we know for sure. So okay,
and
also by the way, just a point.
Once Upon a Time, you gotta get on that.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not on IMDb, so that's one thing right there. The sequel's not on IMDb. That doesn't really mean too much though. But yeah, if I'm looking at his.
Dude, I can't, there's something about April Fool's Day that pisses me off. It's like all this fake shit that comes out. It's so annoying. Look, trolled you. Oh.
No, they did not make Kill Bill 3. That's only the 2. That's right. No, he's never done a sequel except for Kill Bill 2.
So there you go.
And I mean, obviously he wouldn't be directing it, so that doesn't really mean anything because technically he's going to write it. I just don't. That sounds like a bullshit story to me, dude.
Well, Tarantino also is like, he's still working on his last movie, so it's not going to be a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's going to be something original. I think he said he was close to finishing it, then he threw it away. He started over. I don't know. I think I heard something like that. Like he was close to finishing the script, and he didn't like it, and he started over. So
yeah, see, this is the crap I'm talking about, dude. This is so dumb. I don't get it. Like Jackie Earle Haley, as most of you already know, it's official. Warner just greenlit Nightmare on Elm Street 2026. Super pumped and excited to don the glove again. 1, 2, guess who's coming for you? And even
burnt weasels.
Like, yeah.
No, it's not. That's not true. Yeah, Jackie Earle Haley looked like a burnt weasel in that movie. There's no way. Even though I do like him as an actor, he looked like shit.
I go squirrel. I go burnt squirrel, but like I think both count. Maybe like a mix. It's like
he looks like he looked like a burnt vermin. It was awful. That was one of the worst CGI. I don't even know why they chose to go CGI makeup on his face. Practical effects would have been perfect.
100%. And I'm with you, dude. I hate April Fool's Day. Like it's cool. Like I mean, if you play jokes on your friends and shit like that, but when people do it on the internet, it pisses me off. It's like you're just wasting everyone's time. Big. I don't know. Maybe we're getting old. Maybe we're getting crotchety.
Well, it's not that. It's just like when it's like stuff like movie news or something, people think it's cute. I don't know. I just think it's annoying.
Yeah, gets on my nerves with movie news for sure. I don't care. So Superman cast and James Gunn are in attendance, and there's a poster on the floorboard.
This is gonna pop off if we get a full trailer.
Yeah, and I highly doubt they'll actually show it to us, but I would get really, dude. I saw a video today of Nicholas Hoult and her and Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah,
and
brawls in hand.
David,
brawls in hand,
browse in your hand. And David Cornsweet like pimping the trailer that's going to come out. And it was like, hey, it's just us, the Superman cast, letting you know we've got a surprise for you in theaters. But like, I literally watched it and I went, oh, that's cool. It's nice to see Henry Cavill again. Like, I literally watched the video and I thought I was watching Henry Cavill. Like, he's dead on fucking Henry Cavill.
Yeah, no, he is. And it really looks like James Gunn's Valium wore off when this picture was taken. He was like, all right, I'm over this shit. I like James Gunn. But no, it's weird that the studio were so desperate to get away from the Zack Snyder universe that they even went as far as to replace Henry Cavill, who is he is the Man of Steel. That is what he be. But they got a guy that looks just fucking like him.
I know. I think dead on, dude.
What are you doing? Well, it's like, well, we didn't want to pay the top dollar, so we went to Temu, and we got the next best thing. It's fine. I don't know. I don't have any problems with David Cornsweet. I just don't. I don't know. He's literally like he could be the brother of Henry Cavill, like the younger, not as successful brother.
Yeah, he was really good in Pearl. I think that's the only thing I've really seen him in was in Pearl, and maybe something else. And he was kind of a slimy dude in Pearl. So, but and look, dude, like I know we dog on Nicholas Hoult all the time in here, but just look at those pants. All right, look at the way he's dressed. He looks like Adam Sandler, but he's wearing slacks instead of basketball shorts. What are we doing?
He looks like a drunk gambling addict that you find at the casino at 3 a.m.
He's like Mark Wahlberg.
He's wearing a life beater and like slacks. He's like, I gotta win back my money. I took out another mortgage on my house.
Yeah, he's really taken that people casting him and everything like he's Tom Hardy too far. Like Tom Hardy would probably look good in that.
Oh yeah, he was in Twisters.
Oh, that's right. That's the other thing I saw. He was basically Carrey L's character in Twisters.
Yeah, which is
the
another. Twisters was it was fine, but it was unneeded. It wasn't needed for a sequel. But anyway, I just think it's weird too. We got some flack when we reviewed that trailer or we reacted to that trailer. But even though most people were kind of on our side, but some people didn't like the fact that we were talking about the CG looked pretty bad in the first initial trailer. And then on top of that, when I was watching it and Superman was like getting like the can thrown at his head, he was depressed. He obviously got his ass kicked at the beginning of the movie. Even the color palette a little bit was reminiscent of Man of Steel and Zack Snyder. And I was like, you guys hated that shit. And then now you're doing it again. I don't like it. Literally at first it looked like a Zack Snyder film.
There is I'm listening to you and I agree.
No, I know. I'm just letting it linger in the air.
Discussing Film just posted that a Warner Brothers sizzle reel just played at Cinemacon. Of their films included Scorpion and Mortal Kombat 2 saying, "Get over here."
I think they got no, they didn't. That was the original 1995 Mortal Kombat movie when Scorpion was fighting Johnny Cage in the woods, and he was like, "Get over here." They actually got Ed Boon, I think, is the guy that originally did that. Get over here to do that voice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I did not actually know that. So if there's a sizzle reel of that,
it's like he's like, "Get down here,
get up, get down with the sickness, get over here."
They have Johnny Cage punch him. It's like my face.
It says Warner just gave us a massive sizzle reel of footage from F1 Superman Weapons. That's the new Craig Zegers movie, the guy who did Barbarian, Mortal Kombat 2, Cat in the Hat, The Bride, and more. So basically, that's what we were talking about. I posted this on socials earlier. This picture, I'll show it to you guys here.
Venom Hernandez says Mortal Kombat needs heavy metal. I agree. I think you need some kind of like badass Metallica track or some shit to really hype it up.
Or at least use the soundtrack from the movie. That was good enough. Yeah. Like this, even the songs and everything. But yeah, this is the movies that we're possibly getting glimpses at tonight. Final Destination, Bloodlines, they just released the trailer. We're open for Superman, Mortal Kombat 2, F1. They just mentioned that one. Nothing from the Conjuring Last Rites yet. I'm willing to bet they show something for that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The Bride, they mentioned that one. Maybe Supergirl. That's a little ways out. And then obviously Sinners.
They're doing a live action Supergirl? I didn't know that. I forgot.
Yeah,
they are. That's weird. I don't think they would. Well, I don't know why they would show anything regarding that at all if the Superman movie's not even out of the gate.
Yeah, and I think that's June. I want to say that comes out in June. Jen.
Oh, Sinners is coming out. I think is that next week or is it the week after next?
I think the 18th.
I'm looking forward to that one. That one looks good as well.
Yeah. It says Ryan Coogler is presenting now for Sinners. Like, look at that timing. Ryan Coogler presents Sinners at Cinemacon. He says the film is the story of America's greatest contribution to popular culture, blues music.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think the Tesla truck is their greatest contribution to the popular culture.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
It's called trolling.
The film also pays homage to two of his close family members. Okay, cool. It looks good to me, though. It does look good. Sin City's 20 years old. So it's just a video message. He says it's the most personal film to date. You know who had a personal film was Sylvester Stallone with Rocky. And they did steal that franchise from him. So that would suck if that happened.
That's true.
I'm kidding. And now the one battle after another people are. So things are going quick there. Things are going real quick.
So I guess there is no live coverage of it. That sucks. I mean, we're covering it, but I mean, there's no like video for it, unfortunately.
It's all coming through the tweets. I did see on their site there's a place where you can apply for press badges to go to Las Vegas, that would be so dope. I'm not going to do that next year because that would be really cool. But I think that's pretty hard to get into.
It's the city of sin. You have to get away from that. You must get away from a bunch of on the streets.
I had no idea that you had that it was in such a place of decrepit sinning.
Did you see this video of this weird chick? And of course, she works in a vape store. And she's like, I don't look men in the eyes. I just don't. Because I can see what's behind them. And once I fucking see it, it's disgusting. And then I see it in everybody. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Constantine? Not Constantine. You smoked yourself stupid as shit. I was thinking,
she must have watched Halloween Ends. She saw what happened when Corey looked into Michael's eyes.
I was like, then don't go to Vegas. I was saying that you don't go walk down the Vegas streets because all those people out there are lost souls.
Yeah, you want to look at those eyes.
By the way, I did see a new trailer. I don't know how old the trailer was, but Bondsman actually does look pretty good. The Bondsman
broke up there. I couldn't hear what you said.
I don't know how new the trailer was, but I saw the Bondsman I saw a trailer for it. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think that might be out today. And it's out the next couple of days. We have a screener for it. I actually totally forgot about that until you mentioned it just now. We have a screener for that. We should do a review for that. Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Hunting Demons.
I'm into that shit.
Yeah.
I'm also into Turlington, the person, not the defecation. To spread some laughs today, saw some solicitors coming and answer the door shirtless and only wearing expired whiteys with a blowout wiener flap. Hope I find Mr. Jiggles on the Green Mile.
There you go. That's how you do it. And then as you turned away to shut the door, you had a big old poop streak in your underwear. You're like, yeah, I was in the middle of shitting and you interrupted me.
Excuse me. While you're here, could you tell me, is this stained?
Dude,
it's just your open asshole.
Speaking of solicitor, we had a solicitor today again that was in the hallway, and there was two old, I don't know, they weren't old, but they were like in their 50s, and they were knocking on this door, and I didn't see them. April told me about it, and she's like, they're like, do you know if they speak Spanish in here or what? And she was like, I don't know. And she's like, what are you here? And she was like, they were doing the whole Pentecostal revival shit, and they were like, do you know about Jesus Christ or whatever? I can't do a Spanish accent.
Jason Rice?
Jason Rice. And then she was like, you know, she's not supposed to be soliciting or whatever. You're not supposed to be here or whatever. And they're like, no. He's member of church. I was like, these little fuckers, because 3 weeks ago we had those young kids out here knocking on doors talking about, you know, have you heard the good news of Jesus Christ and his resurrection and whatnot? And we told them, and they were run off, and now they got two little Spanish ladies get around it. Like, well, yeah, you told them, but you didn't tell them. Fucking assholes. I hate solicitors, dude.
Yeah, I have a big sign on my door because, man, my batteries are just going crazy. Hang on one sec. This is nuts. This is crazy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do around here with this shit.
I got that Temu internet. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's weird too, man, because I've literally had it up to, they're like the White Walkers. My internet is apparently from the Game of Thrones. It's evil. It's evil incarnate. I can't win. I had T-Mobile Gateway, which sucked, and then I got Spectrum again, which apparently still sucks. I don't know. I mean, and if it's peak times, and that's what they're gonna say, if I call them, bitch them out, I'm like, hey man, this is like not good. Oh shit.
Oh. Hey, what are you guys doing here? What is this, a live stream or something? You know, I mean, you just have to laugh. You have to laugh. What are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? I don't know. Michael Barton said Lionsgate set a release date for The Long Walk. What's The Long Walk? Isn't that what they did in Judge Dredd after you retired as a police chief? I have heard that. I just can't think of what it is, Mike. Adrian said top 3 favorite Jim Carrey movies. Mine's Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Bruce Almighty. I like that you shoehorn Bruce. First 2, most people's, which is fair. But I like that you got Bruce Almighty in there just for fun. Most underrated is Yes Man, Truman Show. Dude, Yes Man is super underrated. That's really underrated movie. That's good. That's a good one. Hello.
I hate. I mean,
dude. I came back from the bathroom and there was just my empty living room. There was just nothing. There was no one here.
Well, there's gonna be an empty hole in my pocket because I don't know. I'm gonna have to go on Amazon and buy like the holy fucking shit wireless adapter. Maybe it's the adapter that's just really bad. I don't know,
man. You gotta just figure out a way to plug it in, and you're probably fine.
I don't think it's. I don't even think that's gonna work. I don't know.
It's worth a shot. But yeah, most underrated being Yes Man. And Truman Show's underrated too. You're right. He does need a fucking renaissance, dude. Because like Jim Carrey, I've said this, I think he's the funniest man that's ever lived. I don't know, people will have different ones, but for me, I think he's been the funniest movies ever. I think he's the funniest person that's ever lived. I just don't think he gives a shit about Hollywood anymore. So I think he could have a renaissance if he wanted to. I just don't think he cares. He's like, I'll do a kid's movie and make a couple $1 million and I'll just be on my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But top three, Liar Liar's definitely in there for me. Dumb and Dumber's in there. And I'll throw Cable Guy as the third one. I don't think Cable Guy gets enough love.
This is a good one. It's a good one. I wasn't listening at all because I'm fucking pissed.
What's your top three favorite Jim Carrey movies?
Ace Ventura.
I fucking forgot Ace Ventura. Shit.
Yeah, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, and I like The Truman Show. I did like that movie, so it'll probably be those three.
That's it. I like the list, Adrian. I do. I like it a lot. Matt Hayes says, hey, guys. He meant to say guys. He just misspelled it. That happens sometimes around here. It does. I've literally watched your videos for the past 60 hours last week. So you're the one. I appreciate it, dude. I was super into a show and they got all political and I was like, fuck this. Thank you guys for being you. I love y'all fucks.
Hey, thanks, Matt.
You know, I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Sometimes we get political too, but it's usually just us making fun of politics. Sometimes we slip into it, but we never try to make you agree because why the fuck would anyone on our genuine opinion on politics?
yeah, that's not a good idea. Don't take our opinions and go to the voting polls. It's going to turn out bad for you.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even wipe. DeMarco says we need a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer this week. Dude, I'm hoping so. What's the release date on that?
Is it next? I think it's next year. Or is it this year? I think it's the end of this year.
October of this year. So probably a little bit. Probably a little bit. October, but it is this year. So that's good news. I would love to see that, man. And the man who's always so kind to us, Lee, the legend. No longer is he a machine, but a legend. Thank you, Lee. Heck yeah, round two with these sexy fellas. Hey, Loomis and Chalice, did y'all report for duty at the club? Make sure y'all both wear Speedos while working the pole. And Loomis, no excuses.
The only pole, Lee, is going to be the one I shove up your butthole. I'm not going to be working the pole at all, and I won't be there with your goddamn mouth. Always coming in with sexual talk. It's disgusting me, Lee. You can be the manager at the strip club. That's fine. Do your thing. But don't you dare tell me to get on a pole. You disgusting butt stain.
Hey, Lee, just need about 20 minutes. If you just want to go wash up, we'll be ready for round three. If you just put on those boots I bought you, that'll really take it from 6 to midnight. And I can really get her up a third time for you if that's what you like. That's actually partly a true story that happened once. What?
Good times.
She came out in them boots, and I was like, "Oh, shoot him, McGavin." Fucking love you, Lee. Thank you, man. Seriously, you're too kind to us, man. A couple little bits of news here.
Oh,
I don't know. That doesn't really count, but I feel like the show needs the morale boost right now at this point, so I'm just gonna do it anyway.
I like it. Makes you feel good.
Makes you
See, that should be the Mortal Kombat 2 opening trailer. The song.
That would be awesome. They should put that in Mortal Kombat for sure. One Take says that The Bride is currently being showcased at Cinemacon. So this is Maggie Gyllenhaal's take on The Bride of Frankenstein, starring she sings songs. Lady Gaga.
Wow, that makes sense.
I think someone had a little too good of a time with a being of the underworld. You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. It was a great party.
She blew Rorschach.
And then this cracks me up, dude. We've seen this picture before, but this is what they're talking about at CinemaCon right now. This is Christian Bale as the Frankenstein.
It looks like a Calvin Klein commercial for Halloween.
It does, dude. That tattoo that says hope right there. Like, I know he's Frankenstein, so he has different body parts pieced together on him, right? But like, still, I think after David Ayer's Suicide Squad and Joker with like the damage tattoos, we've got to stop putting just corny tattoos on cool characters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hope. And the way he's like showing it off, like hope, like you said, by Calvin Klein.
You still hear me?
I can.
Yeah. It looks like shit.
It could be cool. It could be cool what they do, but yeah, that's so weird. The movie we were talking about the other night by P.T. Anderson with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, that's going to be me sucking some dick for some bandwidth in about 5 minutes.
I love that he's wearing the dilation glasses, and he's got the little baby backpack too. All right, so maybe they're saving the big stuff for last.
Yeah. I didn't even know about the bride thing. So it's kind of an interesting concept, but I wonder, is it going to be a musical?
Dear God, I hope not.
I don't know.
I think after Joker, they really Hollywood should just be in musical timeout. You know, like just no more for you.
Yeah, I hope not. That would be awful.
No, not for you, child. Jeremy Shelley says, "Love you guys." Young Guns 3 getting greenlit. Did that happen? I don't believe you.
That's cool.
I love you too. I'm Googling it. You got me Googling it.
Young Guns 2. I liked Young Guns 2, but it really wasn't something that was needed at all. Young Guns 1 was great.
The film was still in development as of August 2023, but that's all there's been. Well, this says Young Guns 3 filming start window and location revealed by Emilio Estevez. So apparently this is a real thing. I did not know this. I did not know this, Greg, but I mean, damn, Emilio's going to be Clint Eastwood by the time that thing comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Unforgiven. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Charlie Sheen back, the whole thing. I think too much time's passed. But maybe not, you know?
Maybe not. Retired Guns. Yeah, that's the new title.
Anything could happen. Love you too, buddy. Thank you. Gary B says, let's see Paul Allen's card, Dr. Loomis.
No. See, if he had just done that and walked away, no killing.
Matt Hayes says, drinking mimosas at night. Fight me, they're lovely. Hey, dude, I like pina coladas. I like White Claws. I like all the girly drinks.
Isn't mimosas usually reserved? Oh, yeah, that's what you meant. I was going to say mimosas are usually reserved for the morning and breakfast time, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
they are good.
Brunches. But I'm a champagne guy, dude. I'll just open up a bottle of champagne, drink it straight from the bottle, walk around my house like a fucking alcoholic wearing jorts, no shirt.
Champagne gives you the worst fucking hangover of all time. It's like Odin Thunder cracked your brain with his dick. It's one of the worst feelings. It's awful. I mean, but it feels great in the moment. You get drunk as fuck, and then you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get to my ibuprofen.
Yeah, it gets you quick. It makes you feel great quick, but the hangover comes and hits fast as well. I've actually done it. I've taken champagne and mixed it in Diet Coke before. I don't give a fuck. I'm crazy. It tastes good. Mike Barton says The Long Walk is going to be the new Stephen King adaptation. The Hunger Games is actually a complete ripoff of it. Oh,
dude, the Long Walk is my favorite Stephen King novel, point blank, period. And it was actually, he wasn't even using the Stephen King name when he wrote that book. I can't remember. It was Richard Schaub or I don't remember. It was like he had a pen name when that book came out that he was writing under a pseudonym, so people wouldn't know it was Stephen King. But it was so fucking good. It's going to be amazing.
Well, Jay, you'll be happy to hear then. Mike mentioned this earlier. I didn't exactly know what he was talking about, but you'll be happy to hear the news that Lionsgate has just set a theatrical date for early September for their take on Stephen King's Long Walk.
I like that. Good time. And it was gonna be interesting. I actually would be. I'm actually shocked they're doing a theatrical release for it, even though it does make sense because it was a short. It was a short story, or it was not a long novel. It wasn't a very long book, and that was surprising because it's Stephen King, but. I figured they would have done like a limited series on Netflix or something with their HBO Max.
Yeah, it says the Lionsgate movie is different. It's not a jump scare like The Conjuring, rather a dystopian horror movie from their Hunger Games guy, Francis Lawrence.
Yeah.
So wait, is that the director of this?
Yeah, that's what Michael was saying.
But they said they're Hunger Games guy. No, that is the director. It's Francis Lawrence, and he Francis Lawrence is the guy who directed Constantine.
I like that. All right, that's good.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude, for sure. And he did literally directed Hunger Games. I didn't realize that. He directed Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. Yeah, as well as Constantine. So that really speaks to what Michael was saying there. Apparently it is a direct ripoff of or at least Hunger Games was a ripoff of that.
If you guys get a chance to check out that novel, it's actually a good book. It goes by really quick. It's paced out really well, and it's not too long, and it really is one of his best works.
There was a Karate Kid Legends trailer today, number 2 as well. What studio is that from? Is it Lionsgate?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll see. This guy's got a bunch of views on his because he's lying. In his thumbnail, he's got a picture of Warner Brothers screen, but he's not actually showing it because you can't. Full of poop. You're full of poop, man. Full of poop. That's what you are.
Yeah,
full of poop.
Full of, his britches are full, and his diaper needs changed. Someone said, I hear somewhere that they may be doing a remake of Running Man. I've heard that too. Because a lot of people just only when they hear the Running Man, they think of the Arnie movie. Totally different from the actual story. The actual story, the Stephen King novel, was well different than what we got on.
No, they just completed filming on that day before yesterday. It's Edgar Wright and
yeah, it's going to be good.
Edgar Wright's directing it, and Glenn Powell starring in the lead role in that movie.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty pumped about that one too.
Show.
Let's see here. Let's take a gander at this while we're waiting on news to come out. Let's check out this Karate Kid Legends trailer and see what we think about it. I haven't watched it yet. I don't think you have either, have you?
Nope.
There we go. Karate Kid Legends. Let me make sure let me double check that. Let me double check this and make sure I have the sound on. Okay, here we go. Jackie Chan's fucking review.
Power Rangers. Oh,
You want to talk about it?
No.
My mom wants us to leave everything behind.
Sometimes it is the only way to move forward.
You come to America. New rules.
Very
New
Karate
school.
Kid-ish.
No fighting. You make any friends?
Yeah, I did. One.
What's his name?
none of your business, Mom.
It's
you
a girl.
study karate or something?
Kung Fu. Used to. I don't do any of that anymore.
Yeah, you're clearly over it.
Who's your friend?
Connor, don't start.
You really
I
want
like
to do
the song.
this?
He's Spider-Man.
You can't step to guys like him. He wins the 5 boroughs every year. It's the biggest tournament in the city.
In life, you have only one question.
What?
Is it worth fighting for it or not?
Oh,
So we're just supposed to let him fight. So that you can end up like his brother.
So that he does not end up like his brother.
Listen when Jackie Chan talks.
Lee
Miyagi.
means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi. I want Lee to learn Miyagi karate.
I'm sorry, Mr. Han. I wish I could help you.
Miyagi karate.
He will.
I'm not coming to New York.
I will see you in the Big Apple.
I don't think it needed him. I think
Sensei
the trailer was
LaRusso.
No, I didn't.
better without
Let's make a
LaRusso.
Karate Kid.
Oh my God! Don't drink. No
You
name
have
drop.
a foundation of Kung Fu.
We're gonna build upon that with karate.
Ancient way.
Miyagi way. There's two of them.
Focus!
This represents the history between the two families. 2 branches, 1 tree. This is why I came to train here. Remember what you're fighting for.
When you understand that, you'll be ready.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, I don't. I'm glad they're also not following Cobra Kai. I know a lot of people were bummed that we're not going to see Williams Zabaka, but you might still see him. It just won't be like following the storylines of Cobra Kai. But I think it's pretty cool. But you're right. I don't think Ralph Macchio necessarily needed to be in it.
Yeah, that kind of actually sucked me right out of it. Like I forgot he was going to be in it. But as soon as the thing is, dude, is when they bring him back, when Ralph Macchio shows up, so I just spilled my macchiato. When he shows up, and then the storyline turns from what it was into, oh, you're trying to teach him the ancient way, and I'm trying to teach him Miyagi-Do, and we're gonna clash heads. I'm like, dude, that's literally the plot that they've been beating the fuck to death in every season of Cobra Kai.
That's why I got
over and over again.
Cobra Kai should have ended like season 3, but it is what. That's why we keep on getting screeners for it. Not, they did not like what we had to say. But someone said
They
Aztec.
still wanted to send it. We just didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, Aztec Aguilera says never could get into the original Karate Kid and tried watching the first few episodes of Cobra Kai. Yikes. Well, I mean, if you didn't like Karate Kid the movie, you wouldn't have enjoyed the Cobra Kai show at all. But yeah, I think the Karate Kid original movie is fucking awesome, dude. Like it, like the soundtrack to that, the storyline is so simple but awesome. I don't know. I mean, different strokes for different folks, but I thought it was great. But you should try again. Try again when you feel defeated. Try again. Get up. Try again.
Get them to try. I will say though, the action in that trailer, like when they were fighting on the fire escape or whatever, like that, the karate actually looks way more advanced than what they had like in the Karate Kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like flying and doing kicks and shit like that. It was a lot more simple karate in the Karate Kid movies. So that could be pretty cool. I like the fight scene outside on like the rooftop or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really love the whole Bubblegum Shrimp doing the fucking soundtrack.
I kind of the music did like it reminded me of like something like that would be like a scene from Daredevil. He's like, I can't be Daredevil anymore. I want to, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's like and then like going to the bar and then watching a crime happen across the street. Then that music comes. I was like, I gotta be who I gotta be, and then start doing the Daredevil thing.
Yeah, dude, it's like the soundtrack by Jelly Roll and Imagine Dragons, and I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be really corny. Like that tells me all I need to know about the fucking movie, like right away. So accuse someone to chat. Hey man, Jelly Roll had a hard life. Okay, he had a hard life.
Yeah, I respect the shit out of what he's done with his life, but I mean, if you don't like his music, you don't like his music. It doesn't mean you don't think he's good for him. I mean, he did, he pulled himself up by the bootstraps, got a babe.
Yeah, and it's hard to do. It's not the weight problem.
Well, especially with the prison time shit. And his butthole remained virgin. So,
Carl Urban has made again. I don't know if it really counts that much, but fuck. Carl Urban.
Oh shit.
I was hitting a doopy. I wasn't really. I wish. Carl Urban is on the stage at Comic-Con. Look at that fucking sexy hair.
Looking good. Liking it a lot. Liking it a lot. I hope to God, dude, this movie just focuses on him. Please not let it be that cult fucker from the other movie.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. I was gonna say this is Jay to his internet, right?
I will beat the fuck out of it. Yeah, I will do death touch.
But yeah, so he's on stage. He went on stage and said, "I am fucking Johnny Cage," or Johnny fucking Cage, which is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
The thing is, I love the fact that I think he looks great as Johnny Cage. And again, I hope they focus entirely on him. He's probably the biggest name actor they've got in the film, I would imagine. I think so, but I don't know. They unnecessarily introduced a guy named Colt, right? That's his name from in the first movie. There was zero need for him. Some like fucking Wish.com Jean-Claude Van Damme struggling to be a kickboxer and then getting swept up in this adventure. I think it was dumb as hell. But either way, I hope that they do focus on him. But I hope Carl Urban has the best success with this. I really do. I hope that he is in The Boys. He's done a great job with that. So he's got that under his belt. But dude, that guy, man, talk about missed opportunities with Carl Urban. I wanted to Dredd 2, would have been awesome, amazing, because Dredd was fucking, and he was really into that role, by the way. Like he was honest to God, like he'd researched it. He knew all about the character. That was basically his audition, by the way, for like Batman, which they passed on him for, which is fine. I get it. Ben Affleck was great, but I think Carl Urban would have been an insanely good Batman. But I hope this is awesome for him, dude.
I think so too. And Bane said the people on Facebook were saying he's too old for Johnny Cage. I get that, but I think at some point we've got to stop looking at every casting that we make as like, well, can this guy carry 5 more movies or not? Like, I think he's young enough to play him right now for sure. I don't think he's too old. He looks great. Like that.
They're gonna and they can also do older. Well, yeah, they could do older Johnny Cage. They've done it in the games. It's not a big deal. Like it's whatever. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, well, why didn't they just get the Miz from WWE? You don't know if that motherfucker can act. You don't know. I mean, you're gonna put him in front of a camera and put millions of dollars into a production, and he's like, "What are you doing? Get away from those children! I will fight you. I have shadow kick." Like if he acts like that, they're like, "Oh fuck, we're screwed."
Yeah. Also, you don't know what his schedule is. Like those WWE wrestlers that are constantly on the road, constantly doing stuff. Like you don't even know if he could have done that role.
Well, and here's the thing too. On top of that, they've also got to look at the fact that a lot of the WWE contracts, or at least back in the day with Vince McMahon, he did not want those guys going out and doing these acting roles, like at all, like because it does take away from the business that they have going on. Like I know that there was a lot of controversy around Vince McMahon telling Hulk Hogan back in the day, like, you're not going to go out and make a movie. Like, you're not going to do it. And then there was like this whole thing that led to that. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of backdoor politicking that goes on in WWE where or a lot of these guys can't do it.
Okay. The horror stuff's kicking off, it looks like. Let me scroll down here and get us caught up here. So now New Line Cinema's up there. New Line Cinema just played a sizzle reel featuring looks at Final Destination Bloodlines, Weapons, which I really want to see that, dude. I'm super pumped about that.
Too.
Conjuring Last Rites and Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2's release date October 24th, 2025. It's confirmed to release in October. We found that out on our own internet earlier.
Idiots.
Stupid. Deadline says Conjuring Last Rites is releasing September 5th.
Wow.
Coming
That's
soon.
actually way earlier than I thought.
Soon. About to watch a clip of Final Destination Bloodlines. That guy looks like he's doing the thing the kids used to do, the dap.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he farted fire. By the way, the name not Colt. Somebody keeps like it's Cole. Okay, Cole. That
makes sense. Yeah, you kept saying Colt. I kept thinking Three Ninjas, like Rocky.
That was, it was like as forgettable of a character as Colt. I always liked Rocky.
This says September 5th. The Conjuring Last Rites follows the final case of the Warrens, making it the final film in the mainline.
The final film. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll I wonder if it's about the final case. I wonder if it has anything to do with the real Ed Warren impregnating a 15-year-old who lived in their house with him and his wife. That'd be crazy. I bet most people would
I like we're having fun, and then you piss on the goddamn raging bonfire that we were all gathered around and be like, this whole world sucks. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I just want to enjoy the fucking movie, and it might suck, but I want to enjoy it without thinking that there was pedophilia involved at all with that fucking real guy.
Yeah, they also faked half the shit that they talk about, but it's fine. Kyle thought it was funny. I didn't mean to click that, actually, Kyle. Space Ghetto said, here's an idea, New Line. Book your fucking ideas up and get the rights back to Freddie and give it to us.
Hey, good take. I
like what you said.
I almost said based, and I almost punched my dick for saying it. I hate the fact that, like, Gen Z wording is making its way into my verbiage. I'm like, you will not conquer me, child. You will not. I will refuse to say it. I caught myself the other day saying, "Oh, that guy crashed out." And I'm like, 3 flips now. You will not.
I heard you say that. I think I did hear that.
I know. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, no, I get it. I do it just to fuck with my kids. I'll be like, that shit's the bomb ass fat dope.
Yeah, but that makes sense. See, that's okay and that's excusable. I have no children. So the fact that I'm saying it as a 41-year-old man, you're like, you got to get off the internet, man.
Yeah, it's different if you're talking to the guy at Burger King. He's like, yo, dude, these fries are soft as fuck. Y'all crashing out.
Yeah, but I have a chameleon effect. I think I have a chameleon effect. So if someone starts talking to me in a certain way, and I just start picking it up to like mimicry what they're doing so I can feel like more relatable to them. And so and then all of a sudden I'm talking like fucking TikTok brain, but like, hey, it crashed out. That's base though. You know what I'm saying? No talk. No, I got the Riz. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. See, they're just words now. I don't even know what they mean.
I thought base meant like that you were hooked on heroin. Like he's a
freebasing. That's what freebasing is. But base apparently means
that's when you don't use a condom.
Dude, you know when you're old, when you go to Urban Dictionary to look up things. What does that mean? I literally go to Urban. I have it like I literally downloaded the app. It's on my phone. Urban Dictionary.
Here we go.
No cap.
No cap though, for real. A clip from Final Destination Bloodlines reveals 2 characters considering different methods of removing the death curse from them, including killing babies or eating peanuts with a peanut allergy to flatline.
Oh, damn, dude. That's fucking crazy. Those goddamn peanuts. That Hereditary chick taught us well.
Oh,
is
my
that Hereditary?
God. So on this page, discussing films, breaking down everything. It said to head here for the footage description, but I'm noticing a distinct lack of footage description.
April Fools, bitch.
Yeah, we'll go back to that. But let me just reread this real quick, okay? 2 characters considering different methods of removing the death curse from them, including killing babies or eating peanuts with a peanut allergy to flatline. So are we doing the flatliners thing? Let's just die, and then death will forget about you. Is that what's going on? Are we back?
Is that
Can you hear
me?
me?
Was that me?
No, I think that was my internet, actually.
I literally sat here and I'm like, you know what I was doing? I was like controlling the rage. I felt like Hulk. I was like, don't lose control, because I didn't know if we were still live and I was gonna get mad and start like just fucking breaking shit.
I'm pretty sure that was me. That was me, because my whole shit went.
Sometimes I lose control. And I like
how much of that did you guys get through of me reading that, by the way?
I didn't hear any of it.
Okay, so I just want to reread through this one more time so that we can take it in one more time. A clip from Final Destination Bloodlines reveals two characters considering different methods of removing the death curse by killing babies or eating peanuts with a peanut allergy to flatline. So what I was saying was, is this like, are we literally doing flatliners where they're going to be like, hey, dude, we can trick death. Just eat these peanuts and you'll die, and then I'll bring you back, and then it'll forget you.
I feel like I'd be like, all right, so here's my option. I can kill a baby in its crib, or I can just eat some peanut butter, and I got some allergies, and we'll flatline. You bring me back. I think I'm going to go with the peanuts. I don't think I'm down for infanticide or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't think I'm down for that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's like a joking scene, but like I don't know why you'd be like, "Hey, dude, if we just kill a really fresh new life, then we can suck its soul out." Like, I don't know, like that doesn't make any sense to me. But that's wild, dude. I wonder how dark that shit's gonna.
James Morris says, "Really hope to see your reaction to the Bloodlines trailer." Yeah, I hope we get to watch it. I hope it gets dropped soon.
I mean, they won't. That's new footage, obviously, but they won't drop another trailer because they just dropped a trailer last week, and we did react to that one like 2 streams ago. If you want to check that out.
Shelly Bean says, didn't they try to that Flatliners thing in Smile 2? I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
They did. They already used that in Smile 2. That's a really good point. They tried that there as well. So that's interesting. Obviously, Mortal Kombat. Hi! You stole my hot dog!
Yeah, that's the guy at Chipotle that's not getting as many like rice and beans that he wants, and he's like going to jump the counter like that lady did. Did you guys see that video? Anyway, I'm not a fan of the Halloween Express mask. I don't like it. I mean, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna. It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like Molly Hatchet album, but it's not Shao Kahn to me. The full face mask. It like because you got to see part of his mouth. I don't know. I just think it looks too Masters of the Universe.
It's kind of dope. I mean, kind of reminds me a little bit of Super Shredder, but also of The Purge a little bit in its own way. But yeah, here's another description of the Final Destination stuff. It says 2 brothers argue in a hospital. They consider killing a baby to escape the fate of their deaths. They decide to flatline instead. They are going to do it. They are going to literally do that again. One brother has a peanut allergy. They buy peanut butter cups from a vending machine. It gets stuck, and a brother punches the machine. He tries to tip the machine. The machine almost falls on them, but doesn't. They get the peanut butter cups and go inside a dark hospital room. An MRI machine accidentally turns on. One brother has piercings. The other brother eats the peanut butter cup. He starts to choke. The MRI machine fires up and pulls the piercings from the brother's nose, chest, ears, and more. The brother is fully pulled inside the MRI machine and impaled by a fucking wheelchair. The peanut butter brother finds his EpiPen and wakes up only to be impaled by a spring from the fucking vending machine.
Man,
that's gnarly,
Reese cups are getting crazy with their commercials. Crazy. It's like it's Reese or death. Eat chocolate. like weirdly like exaggerated commercials that Super Bowl would play with Reese's.
That's fucking hilarious, by the way. Reese's should actually sponsor the movie.
And then and then at the end of the commercial, it would be Reese's, like they used to do, like with Sega. Like Reese's.
Yeah, or like they just show like a trailer with all this death in it, and it's got the new guy who does the voice is like, Reese's.
Yeah. JT Custom says Weapons is being shown right now. And
hell yeah.
All right, I gotta go get an adult beverage. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, this is crazy. So they showed us one trailer. So we saw a possible death. I think that's a fake out death for sure in the first trailer. We see the second trailer, which shows a litany of shit, right? But now this footage that they're saying shows a whole another scene, and I guess 2 deaths, right? So let's play this back real quick. All right. We know they're doing the peanut allergy thing. They decide instead of killing a baby, which this has got to be a comedic scene, right? This has got to be a fucking humorous scene. So maybe they're playing into the comedy, but then they go inside a dark hospital room. They're gonna do the flatliners thing, and I hope they make a couple jokes about it at least, so it's not so goddamn on the nose of ripping off flatliners like Smile 2 did. But the MRI machine pulls the fucking piercings out of his nose, chest, ears, and more. Prince Albert, little dingy jewelry going on there, possibly little dingy jewelry, and then gets pulled into the MRI machine and impaled by a wheelchair. So he's fucking dead. And then the peanut butter brother finds his EpiPen and wakes up only to be impaled by a spring from the vending machine. That's gnarly, dude. That kind of sounds like it should be in 3D, you know? Like I could see all that shit flying at the fucking screen at this point. Clinton says they're basically showing the whole movie at this point. I mean, we may never see this scene, to be fair. They may never show this. This could be just be one of those things. I like that discussing films like this is an MRI machine. That's crazy, dude. I want to see someone's opinion of it though, like what they thought about the footage. The brothers are then both fiercely attacked by death.
I like that. I like that skull with the chain on it. It looks like if you saw that hanging from a rearview mirror, you'd be like, that person 100% smokes bongs every day.
Yeah,
all day.
And obviously a play on the first trailer that came.
Yeah,
I bet it's made by AI. I'm just kidding. It looks like one of Creepy Death's posters. Actually, I wonder if that's one of his. That guy makes awesome posters. Let's see. They're currently showcasing F1 on. Okay, we've got to do it again. Every chance we get. Barbarian director Zach Cregger's new horror film Weapons follows a town. This is actually the first news we've gotten about Weapons at all, except for it's by Barbarian director Zach Cregger's, whose name fucking pisses me off because I keep wanting to say Robert Eggers. It follows a town where an entire classroom of children disappear one night without a trace. That's fucking spooky, actually. That's creepy. An entire classroom of children disappear one night without a trace, like at the same time. Julia
sounds
Garner,
like a teacher's dream.
Josh Brolin, and who the fuck is that guy?
Solo. He was the Harrison Ford Han Solo in the movie Solo.
I thought that was the Fault in Our Stars kid.
No,
that did that.
That's the guy. I mean, and actually, Solo wasn't terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it wasn't. He did an actually decent job, pretty passable job.
Oh yeah, Adrian, you got to get on that shit. Barbarian's fucking awesome, dude. That's awesome. We have a commentary on Patreon. You can watch it with us. Yeah, no, I love that idea. That sounds creepy as shit. That sounds fucked up to say, like, I love the idea of a whole classroom of children disappearing in the middle of the night. That sounds cool. I mean,
it does sound interesting. It sounds interesting. I don't even know anything about Weapons.
It says, no one does. No one does at all, except for this. Now, this is the first news we've got about it. He says that he reveals it unravels and reinvents itself as it goes. And like Barbarian, there's a lot of twists and turns. In the footage shown, we see kids get off a school bus and walk through the school while there's a voiceover. At 2:17, every kid got up, walked downstairs and into the dark, and they never came back. That's fucking spooky, dude. The parents, which include Josh Brolin and Julia Garner, are very frustrated. Yeah, you think? As they yell at the school heads. Then the kids are shown being possessed.
That TikTok will get you. We're losing all our kids to it. China spy app is doing its work.
That does sound scary to me, dude. So wait, if it's in the middle of the night, it's said in the middle of the night, right? Why are all the kids at school?
It says at 2:17, every kid got up and walked downstairs into the dark, and they never came back. So I would imagine like into like a basement or boiler room or downstairs and into the dark, and they never came back. I don't know. It just sounds like maybe they walked down into like a boiler room area or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. I just don't know if it happened because the last one I think said that it was in the middle of the night. Like, if it's a whole classroom in the middle of the night, what are those fuckers doing?
But why would the bus be dropping them off at 2:17 in the morning? What the fuck is that bus driver up to, huh?
Oh yeah, no, it is 2:17 a.m. It says in the footage. No,
That's
this says they
weird.
don't. Yeah, it says they don't. It says in the footage, kids wake up at 2:17 a.m.
Oh, wake
and
up.
wreak havoc,
Okay.
and wreak havoc on a small town.
So it sounds. Okay. Here's the thing. It's called Weapons. The kids are turned into weapons. Like that's what I'm assuming. Kind of like Village of the Damned, and maybe either a government-funded program, maybe by China, or something like that. Maybe like a disturbing behavior kind of thing. And they all set like, you know what I mean? Or like that Stephen King book called Cell, or in the movie where it was like they heard a signal go out and exactly. Village of the Damned vibes.
Turt said that.
I didn't copy that. I didn't copy that from you, dude. I was even looking at chat. No, I said Village of the Damned. I said Village. I don't know if I did or not, but you pulled it up like Jay's a fucking piece of shit. Like looking over at chat and stealing ideas.
Well, obviously they're gonna play on. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see the screen. I was looking at. Obviously, they're gonna do a play on what Barbarian was like. The whole thing about Barbarian was the trailers barely showed you anything at all. It just looked creepy, and then you found out what the true story was sitting in the theater, which is such a rare experience these days. They got this guy on a first look deal after that movie, and gave him a bunch of money to work with Warner Brothers and make original films like this. So obviously, I think they're trying to do the same thing here. They're going to keep this super mysterious, and you're not really going to find out the plot of the movie, the true plot of the movie, until you're sitting in the theater. And I fucking love that, for one. I think that's great. He actually creeps me out a little bit.
JT Customs, did you see the Resident Evil news? I saw that they released a trailer for it. I didn't watch it.
No, they didn't release the trailer.
Oh, I thought it was a trailer.
No, so this guy is directing it, and all they basically said was that
I thought it was like a teaser.
No, they were just, it was just a little synopsis where he was basically like, it follows a singular character going from point A to point B as things descend into further evil, and that's all we know about it.
Don't know if I like it. I don't.
But he said they did say previously that it's going to harken back to the original games, like the original origins of it, Resident Evil.
I just like, again, man, following a singular character going from point A to point B, it just sounds like it's going to be a new character, kind of like what they did with what's her face in the other Resident Evil movies, Mila Jovovich, and they're going to have things from the game. I don't know. I hope I don't know, dude. Just follow the fucking Stars team and do the remake like that. Like do the whole George Romero, what he had in mind.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm assuming they're gonna do. Like I'm assuming they're gonna go back to the original and do it from there.
Unless that one guy is Chris Redfield and you're following his POV the entire time, which is fine. I don't know. It just kind of makes me a little nervous. That description makes me a little nervous.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So that's the latest. We're caught up so far. Are we gonna get Superman tonight? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Definitely not gonna get Nightmare on Elm Street. So,
dude, that would be the fucking big.
That would be the cherry. That would be the cherry for the entire event. If we get any news at all regarding Nightmare on Elm Street, anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's our thoughts on the new He-Man movie from Jeremy Shelley?
I think Jared Leto is gonna rock the shit out of it as Skeletor. Like, I mean, that dude does enough drugs and hangs out in the desert. Like, he's already skinny enough. Like, he's gonna be able to do that without even much makeup. And I think that the guy that's playing He-Man, I don't really know anything much about him. I think they released a photo of him or something. Like, it kind of looks okay. Like, I don't know. But as long as they don't fuck too much with the whole storyline. See, here's the thing. I don't know. It sounded like they were gonna do a revision of like what they did with the original He-Man movie, which people hated, where it's like they come to Earth, or no, Prince Adam is born on planet Earth, or he's not born on planet Earth, he's born in Eternia, but in order to keep him safe, they move him to planet Earth, and then he has to go back to Eternia to save the kingdom. I don't know. It sounded very never-ending story bullshit to me. I was like, that's not going to work. I don't think anybody's going to really enjoy that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I really don't have a take. I've never been a He-Man guy. I thought the toys were kind of cool when I was a kid, but that was about it, to be honest
Well,
with you. They don't really have-
well, it's funny too because the cartoon popped up around after the success of the toys. The toys I think came out first, and then the cartoon came out because the toys were so successful.
Oh yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, the toys was pretty sweet though, so I get that. Matt Hayes says, "You gays ever had a near-death experience?" God, everyone's U button must be stuck. I was waving an 18-wheeler to the intersection and looked back and nearly got run over. I think I about shit. I think about that shit.
No, when you say you think you about shit, you actually probably did. You squirted some juice on your underwear, and you're like, "I think I might have shit." No, you totally did. Near-death experience. Well, I was married one time to the town whore, and that was a near-death experience. I could have died for multiple reasons, especially when she drank. I will say and this is just popping in my head. Mike and I were driving back years ago from a movie that we were watching, and a fucking deer ran out in front of the car, and I had luckily slowed down enough to where like I grazed it and there was no damage done. But if I had been doing the speed limit on that road, and it was in the middle of the night, it was like 1 a.m. The speed limit on that road is like 55, I think. And if I've been doing, most people will go at like 65 on that road, and it's just a straight stretch. If I've been doing that and hit that fucking deer, probably did. But I had slowed down enough where like I had a Dodge Neon and I grazed it. And, like I feel like I just frogged its leg, and the deer looked back at me like insulted. Like, you stupid car. You're stupid.
But you had a
car.
flat tire. Then we went to the gas station, ate snacks until someone came and helped us.
Yeah, we did. Oh no, that's when we hit that pothole. That was a different time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I was thinking of a different time. Yeah, I've had several actually. The one that comes directly to mind, the most Final Destination near-death experience I had was when I was like 17, and our friend Kyle's mom was kind of hot, so I would always make jokes with him about wanting to bang his mom. And we have this railroad that runs through the middle of Winchester, where we're from, Maple Street. It's where that one comes across where the Southern States used to be. And it's a railroad that runs through the street. And I didn't have my license that long, and the things didn't come down. The lights were on, and she was like 2 cars in front of me to the right lane. So I kept just to fuck with Kyle. I was like, trying to be like winking at her and shit like that, and like mess with her to his mom. Mm-hmm. And while I'm doing that, she's laughing and she slows down. And I'm thinking, why is she slowing down? And then I realized all the traffic's slowing down, but I kept going, and I was going like 55 and went over the train tracks. And I turned my head to look to it, and there was a train right there.
That track's not even used that much. So that was weird because it's usually not. But and there, by the way, in that particular railroad track he's talking about, there is no like bars that come down. It's just there. You see lights and there's no bar.
Yeah, so that's what got me. I was like, why is everybody stopping? And so I literally almost died doing what I loved at the time, which was hitting on MILFs.
What a way to go out. What a way to go out and tell Jesus. Hey, I was just admiring your creature creation, and I got killed for it. So can you let me in? I forgot about this. All right. Years ago, I remember when I wrecked the Jeep by hitting that tree, and I drove that fucker all the way home with like literally the entire hood was bent in and smoke was coming out, and I was able to make that bitch like limp all the way home. To the point where somebody had pulled up next to me and be like, dude, are you okay, man? What the because I didn't know how bad the damage was. It was bad, dude. So I left this karaoke bar, and I usually drive. I have my phone between my legs because I like the vibrations that go on my butthole. And I looked down, and because I got a text, I was looking down to see who it was, and I looked up, and I'd gone off the road, and the grass was slick from dew, and I slid, and I hit this big ass tree. And it annihilated the hood, like annihilated it. Luckily, the airbag didn't pop up or anything like that, but I could not have the police be involved in this for reasons. I could not have the police be involved in this. So I was like, okay, you're gonna start again. You're gonna start again. You're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna make it home. I felt like I was talking to like the horse in Never Ending Story. I was like, come on, you don't give up. Like when it was sinking into the quicksand. But I got that bitch to run, and I drove it all the way home. And like the guy was like, this guy that pulled up next to me with this girl, it was a Saturday night too. He's like, dude, are you all right, dude? Look, your fucking car, dude, holy shit. And I went like, shut the fuck up. Don't make it a big deal. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I just got this out of the shop. It's not even that big of a deal. It's no big deal. I'm just driving home. It's like, dude, your whole car's fucked up, bro. I'm like, mind your business. I was like, you want me to follow you home? I'm like, no. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, is this shit on fire? Because then I thought, I was like, this shit's on fire. I'm driving it like Ghost Rider. And I got home and I, it is what, mom got mad and everything, but it never started again. That car never started. It was totaled. Anyway.
Yeah. Never saw that one. We had some good times with that car though. It had a good run. I did get in a wreck once. I wasn't driving. My girlfriend at the time, I think it was like that same year. I think I was like 16 because I couldn't drive yet. She was like, I think it was Angela. Remember, she was like 22.
Yeah, pretty
questionable. But tiny little like Sunfire, like Pontiac Sunfire. She leans over to give me a kiss. We had Jay's girlfriend in the back seat, and you weren't there, but somebody else was with us.
Of course they were.
And not like that. No,
that was the first one that cheated on me multiple times. But yes,
maybe it was her. Maybe it was just her. But either way, she leans over to give me and like is pulling left, going about 40, but just pure no brake at all. Ran into the back of a big diesel truck in that tiny ass car, and just I turned around, I went ooh, and then bam, right in my face, and the thing came through the windshield. The air ejaculates came on, the bags came on, knocked
blew
me
in
out.
Your face. Yeah,
the airbags actually knocked me clean out because I was sitting there and my neck was dangling, and like a second, like 10 seconds tops, and then I could hear like it sounded like Charlie Brown voices because people like, hey, Mike,
yeah,
and I was like, oh, what the fuck, knocked me out. And then the firefighters actually I was fine, my neck was sore, that was it, but the firefighters actually had to use the jaws of life to open the car door to get us out of the fucking car, but nobody was hurt somehow, miraculously.
Yeah, look, dude, I've never been I've never had like the fire department or EMS or cops pull me over with some kind of like that. I've never had that happen. I could have had that happen. And I remember one time I was like, that shit happened when I was driving home. I was like, I should not be on this road. Walking out, getting out with 2 broken legs. Fuck you too, bitch. Call the cops. I was that bad off. I was like, yeah, this is not a good idea. But anyhow, yeah.
Okay. So we do have some clarity, by the way, on it's a good question. I actually have a couple more too, Matt. It's like I probably shouldn't be here right now. As far as there's a little bit of clarification. So with weapons, we know that at 2:17 a.m. a full classroom of students goes missing and wreak havoc on a small town, whatever that means. But this actually clears it up. It says a teacher's classroom is entirely empty because one night every child in that class disappeared and never came back. So it's just the students in this one classroom, but they did go missing in their own homes at 2:17 in the morning.
The teacher's like, I'm out of a job. First the Department of Education, now I got no students to teach.
And there's just a bunch of stuff about F1, which, I mean, do we really need to know? I mean, it's a race car movie.
Who's starring in it? Oh, Brad Pitt. I mean, it could
Brad
be good.
Pitt.
I mean, Brad Pitt. I mean, he doesn't do like dog shit movies necessarily, so I might watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the trailer looks pretty cool. Trailer looks pretty cool for sure. The director's Joseph Kosinski. Jerry Bruckheimer is the producer. Hey, Jerry, we're gonna need you to get back behind the camera. We need to stop for this producing shit, and you and Michael Bay need to get back to fucking work making films. Okay?
Did he direct The Rock, or was it Michael Bay that directed it and Jerry Bruckheimer wrote it?
Pretty sure Bruckheimer directed it, but I could be wrong.
Dude, The Rock is one of the best movies of all time. It really is. It's an amazing fucking movie. It doesn't get enough credit. It's amazing. Like, and the CGI works in that film very well. Like, other than Michael Bay, who just like splooges it all over everybody's face any chance he gets. Jerry Bruckheimer knew how to like weave that into the story really well. I love The Rock, dude.
Wait a minute. Okay, dude, damn, I'm crazy. Bruckheimer didn't direct shit.
Wait a minute, Joseph directed Top Gun Maverick. I don't know who Joseph is. Who's Joseph?
I'm crazy. No, dude, Bruckheimer never directed any of those. He was always the producer, but he's a great fucking producer.
So I don't know what happened. Michael Bay must have like got mad that he was like, "You're stealing my thunder." They just say Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm Michael Bay.
I always thought Bruckheimer directed some of those shits. But no, man,
he definitely had a lot. Well, he was able to rein in Michael Bay's craziness when he was working with him 100%.
Yeah, dude, like we want to give Michael Bay shit a lot, but like check out like what this dude's done. Check out what he's done. Okay, the shit that he's directed. I'm in producer. God damn it, you lazy fucks! Get behind the director's chair. So starts out as a music video director. By the way, so did Francis Lawrence, the director of Constantine. Bunch of music video directors. So when you think about Samuel Bayer and Nightmare on Elm Street, it's like, yeah, they gave the guy who did the Blink-182 video a fucking Nightmare movie, of course, but Michael Bay started as a music video director. Tons of music videos. Bad Boys. First movie, fucking Bad Boys.
Amazing.
Banger. Off. Okay.
Amazing.
Second movie, The Rock. Holy
so
shit.
he did direct
dude.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Holy shit. Armageddon. Motherfucker.
Good
Pearl
times.
Harbor.
Good times. It's all right, but you know, it's a chick flick. Good times though.
Bad Boys 2. Fucking
Good
banger.
times.
The
Liked
Island. Underrated as fuck.
Liked it.
And then much like another man, another great director, he picked the wrong franchise to stick his wiener in. It all went downhill starting with this guy right here, Transformers.
Yeah, the first one, I mean,
All went downhill.
the first one's not bad. It's just it's so saturated with CG. I mean, you know, but it's not terrible. But the rest of them, I didn't give a fuck about.
Yeah, dude, and like that literally ate up most.
Oh, he
of the
did
rest of
Pain
his
and
career.
Gain. Holy shit!
Yeah, Pain and Gain was good, enjoyable comedy for sure. More Transformers, 13 Soldiers, the Secret Soldiers, 13 Hours, the Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, fucking banger. That's a great goddamn movie, dude. That's awesome. But then Six Underground, I love Ryan Reynolds, and that movie sucked. Ambulance, I thought that was ass. And then whatever the fuck We Are Storer is.
Yeah.
The hell's
We
that
are.
shit?
It sounds like it's somebody that's drunk and saying we are the store, but they get it mixed up. No, we are store.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard of this. This is about the parkour people, like super parkour. It's like an action documentary or whatever. But yeah, Michael Bay, dude. Again, I hate that happens because it happened to James Cameron too. Great original classic action films gets wrapped up in the dumb blue people or Transformers, and we lost.
Yeah, but I don't think Michael Bay is on the same level as James Cameron. Like not even close. I think Michael Bay is I think that he gets a bad rap because he has like over relied on CG in a lot of his movies later on in his career, but I don't think he's a bad director. But not even close to James Cameron. James Cameron is stupid for wrapping up all his time in the Avatar sequels because at this point no one gives a shit. I know there are fans of Avatar, don't get me wrong. I like Avatar 1, but when they announced Avatar 2 and it had been years since Avatar 1, I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Just move on. Do something else.
100%. I got Tinkle. DC's coming up in just a couple minutes, hopefully. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing on the streets.
All right.
I'll be right back, Jay. Be right back.
All right. That's fine. I'll just talk to chat. That's fine. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Right.
Let's talk. Let's talk. How y'all
I'll
doing?
fucking go.
Go pee-pee. Put your little wing around pee-pee. That's Mike's face in prison. Just put it in. Put it in my belt. Yeah, we're alone now. I think we're alone now. Action says, I'll admit his movies do look good. Yeah, I mean, Michael Bay he's got an eye for cinema. Like he knows what he's doing. I just think, again, he over relied on CGI and it's kind of lazy in a lot of ways. I think it kind of happened with like George Lucas too. If you go back and look at Episode 1, Star Wars, when it was like a kid with a candy store. He was like, oh my God, all this CGI. And he just like went ape shit. Like tripped some acid and went crazy on putting all that CGI shit in. Hello, Action. Okay, Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun. All right, I didn't know that. Jonathan Hirado says, you all see that goofy ass Superman images. I saw the really bad CG of him flying, and then his eyes are going two different ways, and he looks like that one dude from I don't know, Happy Madison Productions, where the eyes are crossed. I don't remember who played that role, but yeah. Hello. Imagine Supergirl getting a movie before Batgirl. True. You'll never see that. I don't think you'll ever see that movie. That was a tax write-off. They'll never show it. I don't know what happened with that. Apparently it was really bad. Like it was a really trash movie, and we're not going to release that. Michael says, you think DC Studios, Crazy Eyes, yes, Mr. Deeds. You think DC Studios will be at Comic-Con? Will they be at Comic-Con? I would imagine. Cineroth says, Jay, you got to check out the Digimon story games. I'll check that out. Space Ghetto says, James Cameron's early career was telling short stories, James Cameron's early career was telling stories about the threat of technology. His later career is making movies to show off his own technology. Yeah, well, you know what's interesting about James Cameron, and I always like respected the fuck out of him. I remember a Howard Stern interview that he did years ago where he was talking, Howard Stern was asking him how he got his start. And he was like, I was a truck driver. And he's like, I had, a little house, white picket fence. I was doing well financially, a little 401k. My wife gave me a blowjob once a week. He didn't say that, but I'm sure he did get that. And then he's like, yeah, I just wanted to make movies. So I started reading a book on the subject and self-taught himself. And then he lied to get his first job, which I think was Piranha. I think I'm remembering that right. It was like Piranha 3D or some shit like that. And they fired him off the project because he goes, I didn't know what I'd do it. And they're like, all right, well, you're fired. And then after that, he started refining his skills and became the James Cameron that we know. But I think James Cameron's story is cool as fuck, because the fact that this guy was a truck driver and self-taught himself how to direct movies and did it all on his own by checking out books from the local library. It's crazy. That's insane. That's cool though. I mean, you're muted.
Talking about not David Fincher? Is that what you're talking about?
Piranha 2.
Not as good as David Fincher. Is that what you're talking about?
He pees in the face of David Fincher. If David Fincher said, "Oh my God, James Cameron," it's like, kiss the ring. You may. I think that I just think that James Cameron's got an interesting backstory. The fact that anybody and he told it like straight up, like on Howard Stern on that interview. He was like, yeah, all these people, all my friends or people that I knew that wanted to be movie makers were spending thousands of dollars going to college. It was almost like Good Will Hunting, where he's like, yeah, I just went to the local library and I checked out books and I taught myself. That's cool.
Listen, we got a little bit of about to eat some. So,
Crow is my favorite.
Yeah, it's another Crow reboot, everybody. And we're hungry for it. So earlier on, we put a question to the chat on whether or not we thought this news story that came out that Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt, was back in a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel to be written by Quentin Tarantino, obviously. But here's the kicker: to be directed by David Fincher. We put up a poll. Do you guys think this is an April Fool's joke? I did. I even tweeted, stop retweeting this, guys. It's a joke. The poll, you guys say 68% of you said it was fake and an April Fool's joke. 32% of you said it was real. And when I said I was going to eat crow, it's because they literally just put out, that shit's fucking real, dude. That's happening. Deadline said Cliff Booth lives and it's no April Fool's joke. Netflix, David Fincher, and Brad Pitt have resurrected Tarantino's.
Well, I'm glad I was a part of the 38% that said it was real.
You did not, you little piece of shit.
I am glad that I was like, you know what? I know it's April Fool's, but I smell real, and that's what happened.
It's fucking real, man.
If that's okay, so it's real. Stupid. I feel like like that meme where AC Slater
almost said, like, we've been bamboozled.
Where AC Slater is coming down the stairs, he goes, stupid. That's what I feel. Stupid. I don't like that at all. I think that's dumb. But I mean, I like the character.
Now that I know it's real, I think it's dope.
Don't get me wrong. I like the character. I love the story. But I don't know, man. Like without Tarantino's involvement, he's going to be writing it, right? He's going to do.
He wrote it already, I think.
Well, so okay, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. And it's going to be on Netflix.
It's by Netflix, but I'm sure it'll be a theater release. So we don't know, but like I assume Netflix makes movies sometimes and releases them in theaters. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing here. But no, then again, David Fincher, a lot of his shit does just go to Netflix these days. Mink was straight Netflix. The Killer, maybe it is Netflix. I hate that. I hate that part of it.
Maybe if it goes to theater and it like has an actual silver screen release, maybe I'll feel differently about it. If it's just a Netflix original movie.
Yeah, like that's. But then again, let's look at it this way, dude. Like, what was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? To me, it's underratedly not given enough credit as just a pure fucking comedy.
Brad Pitt wrote it. Okay, Tarantino didn't. All right,
Tarantino didn't write it. What?
People are saying Brad Pitt wrote it. Chris Simpson is saying Brad Pitt wrote it.
Okay, let's just read this then. Rumors race around Hollywood say that the script Quentin Tarantino planned to make his last film but abandoned will see the light of day. It started with a wild report about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the sequel that originated in playlist. This being April Fool's Day, it required some vetting. So here's what we hear. Brad Pitt indeed got Tarantino's blessing to show Pitt's Seven director David Fincher the script that focuses on subsequent adventures of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's Cliff Booth character. So it's solely focused on Cliff Booth. I didn't realize this. And because Fincher's exclusive to Netflix, the movie, if it gets made, will be financed and released by Netflix straight to streaming. There goes that.
There you go. All right.
Tarantino will be paid a fortune for his words as he readies a play he's written and works on the final film he directs. So no, Tarantino wrote it.
Well,
It says
why
Tarantino will
are
be
people
paid
saying
for
Brad
his
Pitt?
words. I don't know. It says Tarantino will be paid a fortune for his words as he readies a play he's written and works. As he readies a play that he has written and works on the final film he'll direct.
Huh.
No way Tarantino would ever helm his final film for a streaming service, but he respects Fincher and Netflix and has been Fincher's domain since he's helped establish the streaming giant with House of Cards. So I'm pretty sure Tarantino wrote this shit.
Well, I think that was it rework. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it means like Brad Pitt reworked it, like the script that Tarantino originally wrote, and then yeah.
I mean, why are we assuming that it's not just Tarantino's script? Why are we assuming Brad Pitt?
Well, because I think that he wrote it, but like if Brad Pitt reworked it for the small screen.
I mean, I mean, I think he just probably took the script. I mean, Pitt's not like he doesn't write shit.
Okay, so Chris says, my bad. I said Pitt wrote it earlier. I don't know. Okay, well then okay, so Tarantino did write it. Okay, so the words are going to work. I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting because like David Fincher's a fine director. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see someone else that's not Tarantino direct the movie that he wrote or direct a show.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot. But then again, I mean, if it was anybody else, it's David Fincher. It's David Fincher, and it's going to be Tarantino's words. I think it's fucking fascinating. Like, I can't wait for it. I bet it's going to be fucking awesome.
I know somebody like Dust Till Dawn because Robert Rodriguez directed that and Tarantino wrote it along with Rodriguez. So and Rodriguez did good.
And also, and by the way, like Rodriguez would crush it as well. But like, you know, by the way, it's going to focus solely on Cliff Booth, apparently, with DiCaprio in talks to also be a part of it. But I will say this: one thing that makes Once Upon a Time in Hollywood work is it's a buddy film. It's about those two and their relationship. A lot of it is, you know what I mean? True. It's like, don't you fucking forget it. So I wonder if it'll be lacking because of that. But I think it sounds fucking awesome.
So everyone in the chat is saying Superman trailer just shown.
Okay, let's check it out.
Oh,
let's have a look. Let's have a little looky poo. Okay, have a little look. Looky poo.
And by the way, Cineroff had said the disrespect that Tarantino had shown Bruce Lee. Like he had a whole interview about what he was doing with that particular scene and why it worked in the film. I don't know. You'd have to go back and watch it, but I don't think he meant disrespect in the way that you might think that he meant.
No, here's the thing about that the entire Bruce Lee scene took place in Cliff Booth's head. Cliff Booth imagined that he beat Bruce Lee's ass and Bruce Lee was a jerk. That was never Quentin Tarantino saying Bruce Lee was an asshole. That was all in Cliff's head because after the scene, he cracks a beer on the roof and he's like, that's awesome. Like it's in his head, you know.
I never took it like I never took that scene as like disrespect to Bruce Lee though. I don't know. His
family did. They got all mad about it. But like, dude, he was
I do remember hearing about that.
Oh,
snort that Coke, bitch!
I didn't know you guys were gonna be back. So
yeah.
I'm kidding. There's nothing on my table. It was my tequila straw. It's tequila.
He's snorting his tequila, bro.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine we played that up and it was on Twitter? It was like streamer caught doing line of.
Hey, I was like, maybe more traffic would be pushed our way. Do it. Create some controversy.
Drinking, smoking, snorting. So here we go. I'll share this with you guys. Let's catch up to the live reels together as one. Scrolling and we're scrolling and we're scrolling. Give us the news. Oh my god, dude! The first 20 fucking minutes of Bloodlines.
Wow, man. Wish I was there among all the Vegas dopers to watch it.
I'm gonna bookmark that to talk about in a minute because I know we're all waiting on Superman. Okay, Superman 4 minutes ago, currently being showcased. That's how fast shit moves. It was 4 minutes ago, and people are like, "We're fucking missing it."
I know.
It's crazy. Bill Hader takes stage, Cat in the Hat. Okay, behind the scenes sizzle reel for Superman was just shown. So they didn't even show the trailer at CinemaCon so far. In James Gunn, we trust, and I think we can do it, says Rachel Brosnahan, who's Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Here's the footage description.
He has cocaine on his shoes. He's obviously busting a drug ring.
All right, I'm getting pissed at disgusting film because they keep saying, here's the description, and then you go there and there's no fucking description discussing film. You guys got to get on your shit. Get on your shit. All right, so we'll continue to scroll and see what people say here. Another in James Gunn we trust. We get it. That's weird. Like you know what? I'm just gonna say right now, I don't like that. I don't like the whole in James Gunn we trust. That reminds me of like the weird Elon people. Like, you know, that reminds me of fucking like the too hardcore.
I just think it's
Zack Snyder people. Like, I don't think we should put that much trust in anyone.
I just think it's cringy. It's corny, but also it looks like if that is cocaine on his shoes, the picture on the right is exactly what you would look like after you snorted it. That's a lot of coke.
I feel better.
That's a lot of coke. It's like, where am I? What city is
strangely feel better. James Gunn and Peter Safran walked out to Wigwams. Do you want to taste it? Which is fucking awesome. That's a great intro.
That's an amazing fucking song too.
Do you really want to taste it? If you guys have never seen Peacemaker, it's worth it just for the intro alone. And I do love James Gunn, by the way. James Gunn and Peter Safran tease some surprises happening today at CinemaCon. Okay, that's all that's happened so far. Let's take a look at this first 20 minutes of fucking Bloodline. That surely to God, dude, the footage we just read wasn't the first 20 minutes of the movie. Like, because that shit sounded like it happened way later. It says, "See you at the Oscars," joked Richard Brenner, president and chief creative officer of New Line. So they know what's up. They know what they're doing. But no, that was the first 20 minutes of the movie, apparently. This says, after showing unextended 20-minute look at Final Destination, two brothers think they have a way to figure out to thwart death. What could go wrong? So yeah, that's the stuff that we knew.
Oh, okay.
But the guy, it does say that the guy who planned to revive the one who ate the peanuts said, "If I'm going to go out, it's going to be on those. It's not going to be on those unsalted bitches."
Yeah,
I'm already loving everything we're hearing, man. Technically, I'm going to let you die, but I am going to bring you back. We knew this.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for making me feel better.
Okay, so nothing new there.
Yeah.
Nothing new there. Same old stuff.
I will be right back. I gotta go pee, but I'll be right back.
Okay. Enjoy pee-pee time. Everyone loves pee-pee time. Everybody knows that. Where were we here? Matt Hayes, if we do get a chance, I will show Jay the Friendship trailer. We'll see how the stream goes and see what the news, but that will be a kick to watch together. Blake, I'll read that to Jay when he comes back. Gary says, in the comics, a woman got powers to see the future from a god, and then when she dies, her spirit is what's giving people the signs. The fuck are you talking about, Gary? I feel like that was a minute ago, and I apologize. I don't know what you're saying. You'll have to tell me later. Adrian says, what aspect does Superman have to deliver on more? Film quality or box office? Think maybe the pressure isn't as high as WB thinks, or is it for real? Look, all I know, dude, is that when I was going through the movie news today, it was in like Deadline or one of the main publications, and they said there are basically rumors that Warner Brothers, as a studio, is sort of hinging on Superman. Like, not just DC Studios, not just James Gunn, but Warner Brothers. And it's not that surprising considering all the bad moves that they fucking made over the years. That's really not that surprising. Like, anything can die. You know what I mean? I know it's a fucking institution, but look what they did with Joker 2, with all the missteps they've made, all the bad press. David Zaslav seems like he sucks at his fucking job. So I don't know, dude. But I think film quality and box office go hand in hand. I think it needs to be a little bit of both, because we all know it's going to do good box office up front, but it costs a lot of fucking money to make. And they're hoping to build sequels and the whole franchise off of it. So really, if it's a shit on a stick, dude, I think they know that the other foot's going to come down either way. So I think both, man. As Pooped by Anakin Skywalker, which is, you're a fucking poet and it's a beautiful name, says they tried the same thing, but death basically granted them immortality. So it could be the one to end them. Huh? I had to put that together in my head. I see what you're saying about the Final Destination thing. I see what you're saying. It doth make senseth to me. Blake said, don't fret, Jay. I'm not even 18 yet, and I use Urban Dictionary to understand people in my grade. Ready for I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream 7? Get it up!
I'm glad. That's good. Yeah, because it's getting crazy out there. Like, someone's going to be like, that's concrete, bro. Concrete. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, like it's solid.
That's how hard my dick is, dog.
That's concrete. That's concrete dust. Huh? I wonder who fucking starts this new verbiage. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's all like Logan Paul videos and shit like that. The
Probably.
kids get it all from, which is very sad, actually. Adrian says, sadly, I have no excitement for Wigwam Mastresses.
West Manchester. I don't know.
WrestleMania. John
see.
Cena's heel turn doesn't move the needle for me with him nearing retirement. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad fan. Dude, you're not a bad fan. I think wrestling, Jay and I have tried over and over and over again to get back into it, and we just can't. So I don't think it's you. I think sometimes it's just.
Yeah, when I heard about it, I was like, that's cool and all, but I was like yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it moves the needle for any kind of excitement. I feel like the best heel turn of all time was the Hogan turn at Bash at the Beach, and after that, it's all been like, I don't know, it's just been done before.
Yeah,
So
officially, I did just read, by the way, it is Quentin Tarantino's script. It's not written by Brad Pitt. So we put that baby to bed. Kratos War says, finally watched Heels. Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Me and Jay have been telling people for months.
So good.
I don't even have to read what you're going to say because I know you're going to love it because it's one of the best shows of all fucking time.
100%. It is what it be.
Really hope Netflix makes a season 3. I can't live with that cliffhanger. I know, dude.
Dude, it's insane. Like, I wish they would announce that shit like right now. Like, Heels season 3 has been approved by Netflix. Fuck yeah, dude. It would be worth it all night. That would have been the biggest, best news of all time. I'm
telling you guys, if you need a show to have a couple whiskeys, like maybe Yellowstone was your thing for a while because that was a great whiskey show too. But if you need a show to have a couple whiskeys, maybe cry a little bit, but also get entertained the fuck out of, Heels is your jizz.
Kyle said, should I watch Heels? Absolutely. If you guys haven't watched Heels on
Netflix,
dude, it's so fucking worth it. It's so goddamn good. What's the guy's name? Arrow, the guy that played Arrow.
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell. Amazing. So good. Oh my God. And you're right. You will definitely need a whiskey and Coke when you watch it because you'll have to drink. It just feels good.
Christ. Fucking tears, man. But it's also super fucking hilarious and entertaining. Yes. It's like Friday Night Lights, the show mixed with Yellowstone mixed with, it's fucking, dude, it's great. Turlington said, just me? Nosferatu sort of looks like the Pringles guy.
I still haven't watched it. I haven't watched it.
You got to get on that shit, man.
No, it's weird. Everyone else has watched it. Even April's watched it. I still haven't watched it.
Oh, you didn't watch it with her?
No.
Just let her watch it by herself. And what'd you do? What'd you do? Sit in the room and play with your dinghy?
I played Baldur's Gate 3.
Why would I watch a horror movie with you, honey? I'm playing Baldur's Gate.
I'm playing RPG. It's a big deal right now, okay?
Sean Higginbotham says, have we talked about Sue's nephew's death for 7? Kyle G. Kyle Gallner died in Scream 5, right? So I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Sean, but you're a wonderful kisser and a kind friend, and I love you. But that was a good death scene. Because Ghostface the shadow took up, and Kyle Gallner's fucking great. They probably should have kept him around because he's kind of horror royalty at this point. But yeah,
Kyle G sounds like an out of work YouTuber. Hey guys, welcome to Kyle G.
Gary said streamer caught snorting while going on a rant about black stepchildren.
Yeah, that'll make the news. That'll do it.
I found out the mystery behind the black stepchildren thing Chris was talking about. By the way, there was a stream where I was talking about stepchildren. But for some reason, I said black stepchildren because it just slipped out of my mouth. And I got really embarrassed and because it sounded horrible the way it came out of my mouth. And everybody laughed at me. So that's apparently what happened. Too many cervezas that night.
Jesus Christ, JT Customs. He's on my. So Jay has time for video games, but not for True Detective Season 1, John Wick 3 and 4, and Nosferatu. Why don't you just
I agree with that guy.
Write my fucking bibliography?
What the fuck is a bibliography, man?
I don't know. I've heard it before in school. I can't remember. but it sounded smart when I said it, and I like the word bibliography. I like that word. But anyway, no, I understand what you're saying, dude. But Nosferatu had already been out for a while. I was like, I don't care. I don't really like the vampire shit. I'm not a huge fan of it, especially when they do the artsy fartsy vampire stuff. I don't care. Like if you give me some John Carpenter's Vampires or Dusk Till Dawn or Sinners that's coming out, even though I think that's about demons. But
What's your excuse for John Wick, man?
Huh?
What's your excuse for True Detective season 1, man?
I watched True Detective season 2.
That's not the same fucking
We
thing. That's like
reviewed it.
saying that you watched. That's like being like, hey man, did you watch Speed with Keanu? You're like, no, but I watched The Princess Diaries.
Yeah,
not
well,
the same
it's fun.
fucking thing.
I don't know. I don't know what. I think I've watched John Wick 1 and 2. I loved them both, and I'm like, this is cool. And then when John Wick 3 and 4 come out, I'm like, I don't know, I'll get on it, and I never did. Won't you just get off my nutsack, huh?
I gotta get the super chat off the screen, man. Gary said I meant the Final Destination comics in my other comments. Oh, okay, I got you. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. I'm slow. Hey, we got a new member. It's Poop by
Hey, all right,
great
man.
name. Great name. Great new member. Welcome, sir. And by the way, this is a great
Poop
time
by
to
Anakin.
join the Patreon or that tier of the membership because we're live on Saturday night on Patreon only, members only stream. It's going to be a fucking party. So it's a great time to join. Let's check back in on the news.
Tesla Cybertrucks are still on the road to the chagrin of protesters, but they don't give a fuck. They're gonna drive around.
Let's see if we got anything new. I hit it without even knowing. I hit the button without even knowing. I'm gonna scroll down to where we were so we can be surprised. Oh, I see some Superman stuff in there. Okay,
Yep.
Here we go.
We got furries promoting it.
Goddamn elitist Hollywood! They're all gonna get together. And they're gonna fuck that furry.
Goddamn furries. Yeah, you know you're scraping the bottom of the barrel when you're like using it. Who the fuck is this guy on the left? Like that guy
with the hair.
Yeah, that guy looks like the guy's like, hey, is your time up that you can't be like 1,000 yards from a school? Is that like happening now? That dude's scary looking. That don't even look like real hair.
Peter
Looks like
Safran. He's
CG.
like one of the biggest fucking dudes.
That's what I
Deadline says. Okay, take
Hair's
the
crazy.
stage. Okay, we do that.
He looks puffy in that. He looks kind of
Think
puffy.
so?
I just I'm not saying like obviously there's no like effects, you know, like filters or whatever to make him look better, but that don't look very good.
You see where our eyes going though, right? Follow this story, guys. Follow my cursor. Lois Lane's eyes, tractor beam, Superman's big old dick.
Yep, a lot of corn sweat on that. A lot of corn sweat. I mean,
and ironically, he was in a movie where the main character did fuck a corn cob on a scarecrow. That happened.
he is a handsome dude, though. Give him
He's a
that.
good looking man. We already read about weapons. James Gunn says he chose to direct the Suicide Squad back in 2018 instead of Superman because it felt like the easier option.
I get that. I 100% get that. If you look at Suicide Squad overall and the plot they were going for, it was like a jokey, like R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy without the pressure because he already knew the Suicide Squad, the other one sucked. And he's like, well, there's no expectations. Like they just want to like, and I feel like, yeah, it would have been way less stress to do that movie than Superman.
But you know, looking back on it, to be honest with you, like James Gunn's Suicide Squad, it was good, right? But like, have you ever felt the need to go back and watch it again?
No, but I enjoyed it for what it was when I watched it.
Yeah, but that's interesting to think about. Have any of you guys felt the need? Like, I really need to rewatch that. I personally don't think I ever need to. We knew about this, so maybe David Cornsweet does talk about a scene in Superman where he eats a lot of pancakes.
So, okay, I don't know why you guys are shamelessly plugging IHOP right now when I'm hungry. I don't know why you're doing it.
You know what? I'm glad we didn't get a trailer. Who needs a trailer? We got David Cornsweet talking about pancakes.
So after snorting a line of Coke from his boots, Superman smells syrup on freshly cooked pancakes. It's like
fascinating shit right here. David Cornsweet speaks to the honor he feels to portray the role of Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And blibbity blobbity boo. blah blah blah.
I don't know. I mean, how are you guys feeling? Do you guys feel like? I mean, I know that we're not getting a lot or a ton of information. What's this James Gunn on what inspired Crypto and Superman? Oh my God, what if my dog had superpowers? I'd be fucked. Well, I mean, but Crypto is an actual character from the comic books, but I get what he's saying. But I like.
You hear
how
that?
do you guys?
He says he's gonna fuck his dog.
Well, you know what? That's legal in West Virginia. I hear. I don't know.
Don't you talk bad about my birthplace?
I will say this. What do you guys feel like? There's not a ton of information coming out. Are you guys confident in what you're hearing about Superman, or are you a little nervous?
Yeah, honestly, dude. Like, I think we all expected something cool, like some cool explanations of some trailers and shit. This is pretty disappointing because right now it's like James Gunn talks about his dog also, who was not well behaved when he was first adopted. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care.
I don't know.
Give me something. Give me something real.
Michael says, I hope so. I'm cautiously optimistic. Yeah.
Cautiously optimistic is definitely the right way.
That's pretty much, yeah, that should be the tagline. It shouldn't be look up. It should be cautiously optimistic.
Maybe
cautiously optimistic.
Don't
yeah, don't look up.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing as far as from a news standpoint.
Like I said, dude, the movie's got to do good. It's got to knock it out of the fucking park. If it doesn't, bad news moving forward.
Hey, Muted Mayday, shut the fuck up.
It's Cinemacon, not. I know.
Hey, dude, Cinemacon has been the beacon for some great fucking news over the years. Okay, and even the past 2 days, other movies we've got some great shit. So eat me. I'm kidding, but
hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah. I literally, dude, like, look at the trailer. Okay, the truth is in the trailer. Like, it's bright, it's fun. That's what people wanted. Nobody wanted any more of what Zack Snyder was doing, and that's fine. But you got a guy that looks just like Henry Cavill.
I don't get it. I totally don't get that casting choice.
Yeah, and the CG, we know that it's done by the same cinematographer who did The Flash, which looked like absolute ass donkeys from Tinseltown. And this trailer also looked bad. So I'm very hopeful that they fix that, and that was a bad representation. Because I do think James Gunn could make a really fun Superman film, and I also think Corn Sweat could be a great Superman. And I hope that it's a fucking.
I think they hired James Gunn to do the fun-loving, brightly colored Superman that inspires hope and all the stuff that they have been chasing after, since Christopher Reeve, and they failed with Superman Returns with Brandon Routh. And they hated the idea of Zack Snyder making a completely relatable Superman and it being a little darker toned, but they hated that, okay. And now they want to go back to it. And that's why they hired James Gunn. But dude, I gotta be honest. I don't know why you hired an actor that looks exactly like him. His suit is dark colored on the like, it's not like bright. I mean, again, we're only seeing parts of it. And I know that lighting is a big factor in it, but I don't know, man. I feel like they had a fucking hate boner for Zack Snyder and anything Zack Snyder related, and they could have kept Henry Cavill, and it would have been fine. James Gunn could have come in as a new director and brought Henry Cavill back, and it would have been fine.
And Benny reiterating what Lois Lane said, I trust Gunn. I understand what you're saying. I understand that people do, but let's look at this for a second, okay? And I like James Gunn. I've found a lot of joy in several of his movies. But the only question I'm asking here is: has James Gunn earned a status with his filmography that's made you go, no matter what, I have pure faith this guy's going to make a great film? And we're talking about a film, by the way, that we just talked about earlier. Warner Brothers, as a classic horror movie studio, their entire future might fucking be in the balance of this movie. Let's look at what James Gunn's directed. Okay, Slither.
Yeah,
that was an all right horror comedy.
Good movie. Yeah,
it's all right. I don't know what that is. I don't know. That was a short PG porn and miniseries. So
movie 43 sucked. I don't know anything. I don't
with Rainn Wilson. It was okay, middle of the road comedy. It was all right. Kind of weird because like they had this weird sex scene thing, but like movie 43, just a segment. But you're right, not good.
Didn't like it.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
great,
great core movie or superhero movie, great film. 2,
less than, not bad.
All right. The Suicide Squad, good, but we just talked about it. Never felt the need to rewatch it. It was solid movie. Solid, it's fair, probably
solid.
The Peacemaker TV series was
Amazing,
fucking dope.
amazing.
Absolutely loved it. The holiday special was fun, and then
I didn't watch it.
3, which was 3. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good.
It was all right. It was Rocket Raccoon's story, but it was still a good story, and actually had a lot of heart in it, like which I didn't expect. I don't think anybody expected to cry during that movie, and you fucking did. It's like, you're gonna cry, bitch. You thought we were gonna be clowns and circuses? You're gonna cry for this little raccoon, you little bitch. That's what James Gunn said.
Yeah. So I mean, when you look at the things that he's directed, man, I like his filmography. He's done a good job. It's not perfect. It kind of all has that same singular DNA vibe throughout it all, and I don't know how that's going to translate to Superman.
Listen, I think that James Gunn is an awesome director. I think that he works well within certain mediums and certain stories. I think he's a master storyteller, a masturbator. But I also think that this Superman, like Warner Brothers, dude, the problem, Warner Brothers is like that kid in The Sixth Sense that was like, hey, let me show you my dad's gun. And then he walks away and he's got a bullet hole in the back of his brain. You're like, I'm not going to follow you. What are you talking about? Warner Brothers all the time shoots themselves in the foot all the time because they get involved and they're like, we have this vision. We want this vision. We want this to happen. And they kind of like it's really going to depend on whether or not the studio leaves James Gunn alone and lets him make his own vision of the movie, or if they like barrel down on him and he's easier to control than Zack Snyder. And they're like, we're going to get what we want. And it's going to fucking suck. Because I feel like that's what happened with Bryan Singer with Superman Returns. It was a boring fucking story. It didn't go. It was just bad paced. Brandon Routh looked like Christopher Reeve. The suit was good. Some of the effects worked. But ultimately, it was Warner Brothers trying to recapture the lightning in the bottle with Christopher Reeve. And they barreled down on Bryan Singer. And they said, you got to make what we want you to make. And he did. And it fucking sucked. It was boring as shit. And then Zack Snyder comes along. And he pretty much says, hey, fuck you. I'm going to do my own thing. And they don't like that. And I feel like this is what I feel like happens with Zack Snyder. The Snyder universe is that Snyder was a maverick, a renegade. He was doing his own thing. He's like, no, I know what fans want. I know what they want to see. Trust me to do it. Warner Brothers was getting pissed because they were seeing some bad publicity from certain people that didn't like the darker tone. And they were like, no. He's basically, he told me to sit on a coffee maker. Fuck Zack Snyder. And then Zack Snyder was like, all right, well, I'm out. And then they hired James Gunn, and James Gunn worked well in the MCU. And they want, hey, can you bring some of that little MCU magic where it's a little more lighthearted and put it in our film? And then I don't know. Like I know this is all conspiracy and shit. I think again, James Gunn is a good director, but I'm a little nervous. I'm just a little nervous because again, I'm also looking at studio interference. I'm looking at them making. Didn't they come out and reiterate a few times? This is a way happier it's a way lighter tone. It's gonna be this or that. And then you see the first fucking trailer and it looks like a Zack Snyder trailer. Superman's beat to shit in the middle of the Antarctic. His doggy comes in to rescue him, and then you have all the people jeering.
I think there was a lot of hopefulness in that trailer for sure. But you're right, it does start.
I also think but the start of it looked exactly like a Zack Snyder retelling. But I don't know. All right. I'm done with my rant.
Well, so it's interesting. It is interesting. I think James Gunn works by like taking a direct line with something and just pushing it into that almost grody, like almost juvenile humor territory.
Mm-hmm.
And like succeeds in doing that. Peacemaker was naughty as shit, and I love that.
Great.
Obviously, they can't, but you can't do that with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
What I fear is that WB at first was like, yeah, let's let James Gunn do his thing. But then these reports that we're hearing that the entire studio is in the balance based on how this movie does. I hope that they didn't tighten up and go, wait a minute, no, you can't put that joke in there. You can't do this. But then I go back to Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is the one example. It's the shot. If you're going to say, I trust James Gunn and he's going to knock this out of the park, Guardians of the Galaxy is the thing that you look to. That's your shining beacon because he absolutely did. He took what Marvel's been unable to do since and took characters nobody fucking knew and made a lovable, fun, perfect tentpole fucking movie out of. If he can do that with Superman, even though it's known characters, then we've got a fucking hit on our hands. That's the question.
I'm not a Hollywood guy. I don't work in the field. Obviously, I don't know anything. But why would James Gunn, with as much success that he's had with movies, why would he hire the special effects guy that worked on The Flash? why the fuck would he hire that guy? And you know what? I don't know that guy personally. I don't get it. I don't, it's maybe he had a bad fucking day. And he was like, I don't care about anything. My wife's leaving me. She's been fucking this 22-year-old college kid. I'm just going to put in some bullshit, special effects. Or did the studio say, no, you're going to hire him. You're going to do what you're going to hire who we tell you to hire. And you're going to work within this budget that we give you. And I don't know. And I know that's how most things go. Like people are like, well, that's how production studios work within our budget. But I mean, some of these production studios come down with an iron hammer and they say, you're going to do it exactly the way that we want you to do it. And they kind of like bind their hands. I don't know. I think James Gunn, again, is a great director. I think he works very well in certain types of movies. And I'm hopeful. I think, again, I'm going to take Michael Porter. I'm cautiously optimistic going into this film. That's where I'm at too.
By the way, Eric, I do want to say, he said, what about Brightburn? He produced that, no difference, and that was awesome. But I gotta say, there's a huge fucking difference, dude, between producing and directing.
That was an independent IP.
The amount of, dude, look at some of the shit Martin Scorsese's produced. That's pure ass. Okay, like producing means fucking dick all. It just does. When it comes to comparatively, I'm not saying he won't be great. I'm just saying that doesn't count.
No, but Brightburn was a totally different story because Brightburn is an independent. Like I said, IP. It wasn't like, it obviously was a nod to What If Superman Went Evil, but that was 100% like, hey man, just go the fuck off, have a good time. Yeah, like we don't have to worry about expanding a huge universe around this movie, even though I would love to see Brightburn too. But yeah, it was an independent idea that worked.
We got some more. We've got some more. They've been doing more since we left. It looks like Superman star Rachel Brosnahan recalls how she spoke to journalists to help her prepare to step into a role. She describes the journalist who helped her inspire her portrayal of Lois Lane. She was always bored of being a child. Why would you play on the playground when you could get your ears pierced and smoke cigarettes? Okay. The stars of Superman share which DC characters they'd like to play. David Cornsweet would like to play Batman. Rachel Brosnahan says Lex Luthor. Nick Holt says, well, I auditioned for both Batman and Superman. That's funny, dude. We always joke about Nicholas Holt. Like, he's a fine actor, but it's always like, dude, stop. Every time there's a role like Batman or James Bond or some shit, it's like Nicholas Holt was one of the people. It's like, dude, you're not James Bond. You're not Batman. You're barely fucking Lex Luthor, in my opinion. Like, I do not get why this guy thinks he is on Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Hardy, he's
to
not
be fair,
same personality type.
Nicholas Holt does not at all, in my mind, look like Superman, even a little bit. But
be the worst fucking Batman ever.
Dude, yeah. But look at Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan wanted Cillian Murphy. That's who he wanted, but he was just too small to fill out the bat suit. He couldn't get that big to fill out what he wanted him to, look like. But he wanted Cillian Murphy. There are directors that look at certain guys and they're like, I mean, we don't see it, but they're like, hey, he's a good actor. He might be able to do it, but he can't put on the weight. I think Nicholas Holt would be a terrible Batman or Superman. And then Rachel, whatever her name is, saying Lex Luthor, shut up.
She did say she'd shave her head. Yeah, but shut up. Okay, we read that one. David Cornsweet said, okay, so we do this. Okay, hold on. Just skip past me a little bit. Wow. Okay, catching up. We know this. Everyone's reporting the same goddamn story. James Gunn did said that this is a movie that celebrates kindness and love, is how he feels, and that his Superman movie explores the human connection. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds more like
that would be like
Richard Donner.
Superman. Yeah.
The
classic version of him.
They are showing brand new Superman footage. They're showing brand new Superman footage. Will we get it? I don't know. But they are showing it. Let's see.
So, not much. Wait, when does this movie come out again?
Superman?
Yeah. It's not, I know it's not this year. Next year?
Or no, it's July 2025 this year.
Oh, it is this year. Holy shit, dude. Yeah.
July.
Never mind. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Exclusive Cinemacon footage from Superman shows Crypto taking an injured Superman to the Fortress of Solitude. That was in the trailer. Where robots then heal him using the sun.
The sun sucks for most people doing this. But
sun sucks.
The sun is great for Superman. You know what? I've already got a vision in my head, dude. I already see it. Crypto dies in the movie, or he's severely
bastard. There's no way they kill the dog.
No, they do. they severely injure him or they kill him because they're going to do something really wild and maniacal right there to make people be like, what the, they hate Lex Luthor or something, and then have that rage of Superman, go out and seek revenge. Because here's the one thing that in cinema: if you see a baby and a dog, most people are like, nothing better happen to that fucking dog. If anything happens to that dog, I'm gonna get pissed. If anything happens to that baby, it is what it be. You were in the wrong place. You were born to the wrong parents. I mean, I don't know. I hate to tell it to you. Like in Paranormal Activity 2, remember in the trailer, and you saw that dog barking? I remember everybody's like, nothing better happen to that fucking dog. The baby, fuck 'em. The dog, don't fuck with it. I'm telling you, that's an easy emotional anchor. An easy emotional
I don't think if they kill it, they'll bring it back to life. There's no way they kill it for good.
I mean maybe, but at the end of the day, maybe James Gunn's like, yeah, it's kind of stupid to have Crypto running around with Superman in future films.
Yeah, I don't like the look of Crypto. Like I would imagine Crypto, like even if it's not, like they should have like a husky or some shit like that. That little poodle dog is like
Yeah, I think it was pretty accurate in the comic, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Still yet though. They said a sneak peek of Superman is shown. It opens on a snowy planet. Superman crashes into the ground. He wheezes and bleeds. This is literally the trailer so far, by the way. This is the trailer we saw.
Good stuff right
there. He whistles for Crypto. Crypto gleefully jumps all over him, causing more pain. Crypto tries to play. Crypto, take me home, Superman says. Crypto licks his face. Crypto runs circles around him before finally grabbing his cape with his mouth and dragging him across the snow.
Literally the original trailer.
Yeah. A palace rises from the ground in an icy formation, and the pair go inside. Robots lift Superman. So this is what we didn't see. Robots lift Superman and carry him. Superman thanks them. Thank you, robots. The robot states, there is no need to thank us, as we would not understand. They examine him in a medical office. They blast him with sunlight, and Superman screams. It's pretty hot.
Sometimes when you're deficient in vitamin D, it hurts to do the right thing. You got to hit that. That sunny delight. That sunny delight you need.
They spread Superman's butt cheeks, and then the sun goes directly in, and they tan his butthole.
Yeah.
To which Superman screams, "The sun sucks."
Yeah, that's what happens when you've never gone to a self tanner and it hits you full force, and you look like Mike the Situation from the Jersey Shore. Oh shit!
Like damn, I didn't know the plot was about butthole tanning.
Yeah.
So and then James Gunn comes out and he's like, I just thought it was. We've told the story of Superman so many times, but we never told the story about the man who discovered butthole tanning, and that's what I thought we would do with our film.
Anus cleansing. Yeah. So
that's great.
It did say we discover him on a snowy planet, so it's not Antarctica, which I think everybody thought like he was just on the North Pole or South Pole and got his ass beat, but apparently he got beat so fucking bad someone knocked him to a planet that's like cold.
That's a good question. Who put him there?
Yeah, somebody beat the shit out of him and like, you think I'm scared of you? I throw you to icy planet. You never come back. But then again, why would Crypto be there? So it's got to be in Antarctica. Like it said, snowy planet.
But he whistles for him. So like he's hurt and he whistles for him.
Yeah, but then they said the robots like rise from the ground. It's got to be the Fortress of Solitude. Like that's in the North Pole or the North Pole or South Pole. I don't remember. But it's in.
So he got himself as close to the Fortress of Solitude as he could, and then Crypto.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I literally hate that we're dissecting. Is it a wintry planet? Is it Greenland or is it Iceland? it like really makes a difference, right now.
There ain't no goddamn sand. I can tell you that much for sure. No fucking sand.
I wonder if that's how the movie's going to open. Do you guys think that's how the movie's going to open? I don't know. It kind of feels like it would open. It would open that way, and then it would tell the reverse story about how he got to that point.
Who fucking hopes, by the way? Who hopes beyond all hope that we don't have to tell the Superman origin story?
I do. I don't want to hear it ever again.
Don't need it.
He come from Krypton. It blew up a long time ago. He got discovered by old people in Kansas. He becomes Superman after he became journalist at Daily Planet. We don't know.
Yeah. We know the story.
I don't need to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But Warner Brothers is, like I said, nefarious for shooting themselves in their own foot, and I could see them like dedicating 25 minutes to some useless origin story that we already know. Or I mean DC, yeah, useless origin story that we already know about.
Stacey James said the whole universe is already established. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's
great.
Well, I know it is. It is, and like all this shit's happening. But I'm just saying, like I did hear too that people are like, "There's too many superheroes." Like it's going to be too much for people to be like, I'm just a casual Superman movie enjoyer, and I'm going to go here and see all these fucking people flying around. What the fuck is going on? Like some people don't read comic books. So
headline says
risky.
it's much of the same imagery from the December trailer. Damn, that was all the way back in December. Back in the Fortress of Solitude, the Man of Steel scolds Crypto for wrecking the joint while he was gone. Oh, so I didn't say that. Back in the Fortress of Solitude, the Man of Steel scolds Crypto for wrecking the joint while he was gone. The robots who were supposed to look at him could care less. So here, let me show you guys this.
Well,
some extra stuff here.
Fuck Clark Kent for yelling at his dog for helping him out.
Yeah, how dare you? This is disgusting. This man's yelling at the dog after he fucking saves him.
Cancel him. Cancel him.
Says Gunn prior to the footage about his inspiration. Back in 2018, I was first opera Superman, and I was like, oh my God, that seems so cool. It seems hard. And they said, we also wanted you to do the Suicide Squad, and I took the easy way. It was an R-rated movie about a bunch of ragtag heroes. So even he knows he's better.
I would have done
R-rated.
that too. 100%.
Yeah,
what he did.
He said, but it stuck with me, and it was a constant thought experiment in my mind. How could you take a character like that, perceived as old-fashioned by many, so many permutations throughout the years? Don't use big words, gents.
I don't.
How can you do it for a modern audience? And one day it suddenly hit me in a burst, and I wanted to do a story that was utterly human and utterly fantastic. This is like a movie that celebrates kindness and human love. I want people to have that magical feeling when they come out of the movie. And they love the person they came with a little more than they went out. I like that. That's cute. I'd like that.
Cute.
I'm not even being
you know, it's dumb because I like Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder did the same thing, and people shit all over him. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how that works. But because James Gunn, the darling of the Guardians of the Galaxy, said it's cute. But Zack Snyder says it. Fuck him. What a piece of shit. Forever saying that. I know people are like, God damn, Jay, get the dick out of your mouth for Zack Snyder. I will not. I will, like, dude, he got treated so shittily. I don't give a fuck what people say. He got treated so shittily at DC. He did the same fucking thing. Oh, I want to make a Superman that's utterly human and utterly fantastic. He did that. But people are like, no, it's too dark. I don't like that.
But suddenly so James Gunn, like out of nowhere, you're like, I'm gonna bring up this shit from 4 years ago that fucking pisses me off.
I will. I'll bring it up all the time. You know why? Because I feel like it. And by the way, let me just say, James Gunn's like, I'm gonna add a dog, and I was, oh, that's so cute. What if Zack Snyder added a dog? People are like, that's stupid. That's stupid. Double standards are a bitch, huh?
Put a chick in it and make her gay. Is what
I'm not, by the way, and again, I am not hating on James Gunn. I just, every time I see news about this movie and Superman, I just remember all the hate and vitriol they gave poor Zack Snyder on doing what he thought was a good idea to bring Superman to the modern audience. And they were like, no, it's too dark. What are you doing? He's supposed to be in underwear on the outside, red underwear. And he's supposed to look like Christopher Reeve, and he's supposed to talk like Christopher Reeve. What are you doing? And they're like, he's like, dude, I gotta make this updated. I gotta do something cool with it and make it updated so that younger fans can be like, I get that, like an alien that's on the outside of the social norms, and they're like, no, what you're doing is you're making this too dark, and you're making it very scary. And then there were skyscrapers that fell down while Jiggle saw it. He killed people. By the way, not even mentioning that Michael Keaton's Batman killed multiple fucking people, but Superman would never do that. Never do that. But Christopher Reeve in Superman 2 killed Zod, killed the other two. What the fuck's you talking? Anyway, I don't care. Rant over. James Gunn, I hope it goes well. I hope the dog works. I think it's going to be cute.
Listen. While I'll say there's two things happening right here. On one hand, you're just bringing up crazy random old shit. That like literally is like so many years ago.
I can't help it.
But how dare you say something so brave yet so true?
You know what? Look,
I don't disagree with you.
Sometimes you can't see the scars on the outside. You wear them on the inside. and when triggers happen, they happen. I can't help it. I don't want the company to fail. I love DC. I do. I hope that they are the antithesis to Marvel. Marvel is a stale fucking cookie that was left out that nobody wants to eat anymore. It's gross. It's overproduced. I don't want to see it. Let's have DC be that different magic movie maker that I think it can be. But
Hey, Sidroth, they did break his fucking ankle on purpose. Why don't you eat a dick? Brett Favre.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit now.
I don't know.
Sorry,
It is. You know what? We're here to talk about James Gunn's cute movie with crypto. I can't wait. I can't wait for the comments to be like, God, Jay's such a fucking hater, dude. God damn, dude. Like literally, I was saying to myself while he was talking, make sure you zip it up when you're done.
It reminds me of that whole moment right there. Reminded me of Clint Eastwood talking about working with Jim Carrey on the Deadpool.
Oh,
he was like, yeah, he's a weird guy. He's like, but I thought, just turn on the camera and let him go. The whole time you were doing that, I was like,
you feel this way too. You feel this way too.
I mean, you're not. You're not wrong. I just think that we're just so far beyond the Zack Snyder stuff. Like it really doesn't.
No, I know
matter.
that. I'm not saying that Zack Snyder's got any hope of coming back. I understand that Zack Snyder universe is dead and gone. I understand. I'm just saying, like that one quote that's what triggered me when he's like, "It's like utterly human. I'm like, what's gonna connect?" That's what Zack Snyder fucking did with that character of Clark Kent in Man of Steel, and people shit all over it. Anyway, you know what?
By the way, I agree with you 100%.
James Gunn is such a better fucking director than Zack. Fuck Zack Snyder. What an asshole. What he did with Dawn of the Dead, making those zombies run back in the day, which launched the hatred for him on Reddit. I agree. By the way, that was when it started. By the way, that's when it started. If you guys want to do a little history lesson, go back. The Dawn of the Dead remake, 2004. He made the goddamn zombies run, and people are like, "You motherfucking piece of shit, blasphemous whore, you hoe!" They got mad as fuck because he made the zombies run, and it was like they can't run. Their muscles will be deteriorating. They're zombies.
I love Zack Snyder, and I wish to God we could have seen the fruition of the Snyder universe. But can we also just put this out there in the universe? That Rebel Moon shit was fucking ass.
That was ass. I 100% think I agree. Buns. No, I agree. Buns. I don't think it was very good at all. But I will say, don't act like because James Gunn is like just basically cheating and looking at Zack Snyder's like goddamn nose, and then he's doing it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing it," and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy guys." Rocket Raccoon. I love Rocket Raccoon.
Man of Steel, 10 out of 10 fucking film. Batman vs Superman, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 till the day I die. Till the day I fucking die. And you know what? I'll say it right now. I'll say it right fucking now. I highly doubt, as much as I think the movie will be good, and I hope the movie's fucking great, and I hope that I'm fucking wrong, but I'll say it right here, right now. You put a gun to my head and give me some truth serum, put that lasso of truth around my dick.
Do it.
I don't think there's a chance in fucking hell this movie's as good as Man of Steel.
I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I'm getting a little dizzy. I gotta calm down. Blood pressure's going through the roof. Gotta calm down. Because and you know why? Because I know some bitches in comments are gonna say some dumb shit about like zip it up, Jay. You cocksucker. You love that Zack Snyder cock, but he suck. You suck. Okay, you suck. That's what I say. But anyway. That being said, while I think that there's almost no chance this movie is as good as Man of Steel was. No way.
And I'm not saying this in retort to what you just said. I'm saying this in retort to other people. But I will say the Snyder thing's over. A lot of people, y'all got to let that
it's
go.
over. I know. I got to let it go. But
I'm not talking to you.
No, but I am talking about me. It's like that one girl that you danced at prom, and you're like, man, that could have been it. There was magic in the air. I heard fireworks go off when we were dancing. Our lips touched. I saw my future, and then it disappeared because you walked away with another guy. I'm like, well, there you go. I didn't take my chance. I didn't make the move I should have made. But anyway, my point being, I think cautiously optimistic for James Gunn. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can I get one answer from Cinemacon about why the fucking CG looks like ass, though? I would love that. I would love for someone to be like, it's going to look better in the movie. Please, God,
look at the special effects director. He's obviously cross-eyed, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man.
By the way, we have 382 concurrent viewers right now. Very sexual. We had up to 390, but my rant, I guess, scared them away back to the goddamn Fortress of Solitude.
They can't handle the truth.
I'm sorry.
They want you on that wall.
If you guys don't know, we're very passionate Snyder geeks. and that it's
But
just,
not the
it's
weird
being,
ones. We're not the weird ones.
well, no, I don't think anybody that wants to take the property and do something great with it is like always going to be less than Zack Snyder. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you got a bad beat in the DC or in Warner Brothers, and I also think Henry Cavill got the shaft and was awful, and we never got a Man of Steel 2. I don't know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Nothing
And
you
maybe I'm also saying this because hopefully Zack Snyder will unblock me on Facebook and Twitter and listen to what I'm saying.
You shouldn't have showed up at his house that one day with all the signs.
Well, I'm a fan, and you know, I
Hallelujah.
get carried away. I feel like, you know, Saving Silverman when they see Neil Diamond's like, I'm a fan, or like,
No.
you know, but maybe
Everyone should go home tonight and watch fucking Man of Steel and BVS again and tell us how you feel, because you were wrong about it. They're both fucking great movies, and I'll die on that fucking hill. I watched Batman vs Superman in theaters 4 fucking times. You know how long that fucking movie is? I watched that in theaters 4 fucking times. That's how good that movie is.
Zack Snyder's Justice League like 4 times. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I didn't do the black and white thing yet. I don't want to do that because I feel like that's too stupid.
You're racist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. I
got to change my battery.
Okay. And on that note, separate colors. You know, I don't like when he does that and then he leaves on that kind of note, because now I'm just stuck here and I'm like going to pour this and continue on. You know what happened? I turned away from chat to go on that rant because I didn't want to see the, you know, people saying things in my peripheral. But maybe I went too far. I don't think so. Just my opinion. And also maybe I'm a little pissed off that it's bullshit news coming out about the Superman talk tonight. I don't like it. I think it's like a waste of time. You guys aren't doing anything spectacular. You're not showing anything. I don't know. A little pissy about it. So, hey, Moda. Cineraw says the Power Rangers would kick Superman's ass. Maybe. Carlos says, look at chat. We stay with you. I know, but I get nervous. I'm like, oh, I don't want to look. But I am. I'm back now. Okay, it's fine. His name is Joey, and I love him. Internet. I know. And also, maybe that's also what's happening. I'm PMSing because my internet is a bitch. Thank you. Woosah. Deshaun says, woosah. Yeah, I'm good. It's all good. How are you? I'm doing good. Holly, we're all family. I won't let trolls get you. It's all good. I don't mind. If I get trolled, I get trolled. But anyhow, I think that so far, everything that's been coming out of Cinemacon has been a nothing burger. There's been a couple cool stories, but generally speaking, look me in the eye, Jay. Look me in the eye. I am the captain now. I just feel like it's a nothing burger. Clinton says, Jay, I'm watching one tonight. Curse or H2O? I'll let you decide. 100% Curse, without a doubt. It's weird that you say that. April was watching. She was picking out a DVD to watch tonight while I was streaming, and she picked Miramax had like a 3-film DVD that came out where it was like they put H6 and then it was H2O and Resurrection on one. It was like a 2-disc thing, and she's like, which one should I watch? I said Curse, and she's like, no, it's gonna be H2O. What's my favorite fast food joint? Hardee's, without a doubt. Hardee's. Got that Angus burger. Oh my god, get it up. Merlin, hey Merlin, it's fine. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you.
I'm the sun. This is how Superman gets hit with the sun.
Normally, boys, I blame it on the apple juice. No, it's not the apple juice. I've always been this passionate. The apple juice just unlocks it.
I like to unlock your cum.
We lost at least 20 fucking people, maybe 30. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, that's not you. We're at the end of the news stream here. Let me double check and see if there's anything else that's going on. It looks like all the same poo stuff. Not a lot. Yeah. There's not really. That was. I think that was it. I think that was the.
Holly was like very nice. She was like, "Don't worry, Jay. I won't let the trolls get you." I was like, "It's fine." Like I've seen worse. I've seen people.
I
Like,
actually
complete
expected.
dickheads.
I was watching the chat when you were on your Snyder rant, and I actually expected way fucking worse. People were pretty chill
right now,
respectful.
and they're like, "Yeah, you know why? Because I've been drinking too, and I don't have the ability to type all my hatred for you right now." I will go. I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
All right, enjoy Pippa time. Jay goes pee in the other side. All right, for some reason, when I was peeing in the toilet just now, Adele popped in my head, and I have no idea fucking why at all. That was weird. No clue why. No clue why. Dylan said it's Daredevil time. It is Tuesday. Dude, I got two to watch. What TV shows you guys watching right now, by the way? So I am knee deep. Me and the wife are watching White Lotus season 2. We're catching up. I love White Lotus. If you guys are like just hankering for a fucking vacation, by the way, White Lotus is so good, dude. It just transports you to a place where people are just getting drunk and having sex on islands and just feels like you're on vacation. It's great. Love it. Entertaining as shit. Don't spoil anything for me. I'm only halfway through season 2. The acting's great. Everyone's great. Vice Principals, just finished season 1. So fucking good. God damn, that shit's fucking funny. If you guys enjoy our show, you will fucking love Vice Principals. I mean, it's like the same dumb. It's so good, though. Fucking awesome. Thank you, Jacob. Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. What now? Muted Mayday say finally getting back into Invincible. That's awesome. We just watched the entirety of season 3 with our buddy Eric from Pretty Much Shit. It's on its Patreon. All the commentaries. Blast. Season 3. Season 2 sucks shit. Season 3 way fucking better. Season 1 still my favorite. And Daredevil. Yeah. Loving the shit fuck out of Daredevil right now. That's awesome, Benson. Yeah. Vice Principals fucking rules, man. It's so good. Vice Principals, I actually like it better than Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers is funny as shit, but eventually it's just too silly. Vice Principals like finds that weird, funny balance in between. And then on the other hand, there's the Jesus show they do. I can't think of the name of it. You guys will say it, I'm sure. That was just like not funny enough to really keep my attention. I'll have to go back to it. Righteous Gemstones, yeah. But like Vice Principals is the perfect balance between the two. And I don't think it gets talked about enough. That shit is fucking gold. Absolute gold. I'm loving it. I'm loving the shit out of it. Eastbound and Down. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. That was the show. Ozark. Isaac's awesome. Ozark. I watched the first season of that. Enjoyed it. Jelly's rewatching Dawson's Creek. That's dope as fuck, though. That's awesome. I might do that. Like, just for the 90s feeling of that. I love that. That's cool shit. I was asking people what shows they're watching, man. There's a lot of good shows out right now. Lots.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Wasn't that Paula Cole that didn't shave her armpits?
No, that was like Natalie Bruglia or some shit, right? Sarah McLachlan. One of them?
I thought it was Paula Cole.
You know what's hot? It's Natalie Bruglia with that Torn song.
She is hot.
I am torn, lying naked on the. Nobody's hotter than Fiona Dourif. I mean, Fiona Apple. Well, Fiona Dourif's great too. Criminal, hot.
Yeah,
so hot. I feel like Paul Rudd and I Love You, Man. Talking to the guys like talking to the guy on the Mandate. He's like, so hot. The waitress, so hot. Yeah. So hot. And then the dude makes out with him.
Exquisite. By the way, guys, really quick, just so I can get a rough estimate in my head, because I'm going to start doing this tomorrow. One in the chat, if you guys are like 100% interested in a Discord. One in the chat. 2 if you're not. Because if you're not, if it's overwhelmingly no, I'm just going to be like, nah. So a 1 in the chat if you're interested in Discord. 2 if you're not.
And give 3 if you want to bang 2 hot gentlemen.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
At a Golden Corral Steakhouse at 7 p.m.
Because I think it'd be cool if we got to interact with you all and like talk and maybe come up with some show ideas. I don't know, bounce some stuff off.
I don't think it's a bad idea, man. Start it, slowly grow it. It's an organic thing. I like.
Katie
organic.
says 1 and 3. Katie Siblings 1 and 3. Okay, well that's
okay.
fine. You can
That's
say 1
fair.
and 3. 178. Well, fuck you, Blake. So we're not doing that. 3. Okay. So well, you see, you should have not added in the 3.
Listen, speaking of organics, hot tip for everybody. If your grocery store has a U-scan, which it probably does, because America's just fucking lazy now. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm not actually mad at you.
No, I mean, it's overwhelming 1. So okay, so I'll do it.
If you have a U-scan in your grocery store, put the organic vegetables and fruits in your cart, right? But when you get up to the fucking scanner, put them on the thing and do item lookup, and then just look up the non-organic version of the avocados or whatever, right? And then they'll only charge you poor people, not organic people prices. And then you could buy all the organic food you want, but you pay regular human being prices for it. It's
It makes sense. It's
it's
sensible.
a crime of the century.
By the way,
do-
I think some of
done it
you all
for
are
years.
fucking trolling, by the way. Like, I feel like his name is Joey, and I love it. He's just saying two to say it. And Kyle, I don't even know why you're saying two.
Jay, lick your top lip.
Oh, I had
You
come
got
on
some
it.
fuzz.
Goddamn mustachio.
It was a great party.
Kyle's like, no, he's like, I don't use Discord because I'm a loser. I don't know how to use it either, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I swear to God, I'm gonna make one, and then it's gonna go out. I think you get to talk to you guys. Like, that's cool. I think that's cool. I've never heard your voices.
Is it voices on there? I thought it was just typing. I thought it was mostly people just
No,
typing.
it could be a voice chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh me.
Pretty interesting stuff. I don't know. I'm still learning as I go, so I'm not gonna learn. I'm not gonna love it.
Turd said, Jay, after your internet crash, how badly do you just want to say fuck it all, leave the stream, and go fuck shit up in Doom?
Like 98%. But there was 2%. I was like, I gotta go back.
Bro, I thought you were going Metallica. You know the flush it out. Flush it out. I thought you were going like fuck it all and no regrets. I heed the lights on these dark nights.
No, that shit it literally gets under my skin, dude. It I don't know. Then it's been such an adventure for me to even get like reliable internet. It's fucking crazy. I lived in a house in Winchester that was in the country that I understand why internet was spotty. Then I moved to the city in an apartment in the middle of a actual city, and the internet's still shitty. I don't know. It just
ironically,
it pisses me off.
Your internet froze a little bit just now. It's back. It's back, but I thought it was ironic.
Dude, I'm on the edge. I'm on the
you
edge.
just you gotta plug directly into your thing. I think you'll be all right. I think where you're in the lower side of your apartment complex, you're underneath everything. The Wi-Fi is gonna be shit. You're gonna have to plug directly into your computer. I think you'll be good.
Yeah, maybe I will. It'll just have to be a whole, because I'll have to move everything in here, the desk, the computer, all of that.
No, dude, just buy a really big Ethernet cord and then just run that shit down the hallway.
No, because I don't know. I don't know.
That'll fix it. I do believe it will. Billy says, Loomis Chalice, I do not trust y'all dudes at all. I got my eye on both of you, and Loomis, you still owe me 10 packs of black red vines, little feller.
Jesus Christ. Billy, I owe your mother and father 10 slaps across the face for being brother and sister and bringing you into the world. What the goddamn are you? I don't trust you at all. You look like a goddamn extra from The Hills Have Eyes Part 2.
Yeah, but I like pencil shaving. Crazy State said, hope all is well, bros. If you haven't seen Blue Mountain State on Netflix, I'd highly recommend. It's stupid, funny comedy. Slender, Electric Avenue. Before Slender Man does that, I will second his notion. Blue Mountain State's fucking hilarious. And Alan Richardson, who's awesome in Reacher, is one of the main characters in that. Fucking great.
I think I know a little bit about that. I haven't watched it. We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue and then it get you higher. That's all you're gonna get. I don't know.
I don't know. It'd be funny, actually, dude. You know, it'd be really fucking funny. And I just had this premonition just now. You know how Eric with Pretty Much It does a fucking awesome job, like following up and people and doing these shows that he does.
Yeah.
If you and I were to get together and watch something like Blue Mountain State, which is like complete degenerate fucking humor, but like watch it together and like commentate on each episode and just do them every once in a while, I think we'd have a goddamn blast. We should maybe do that. We should maybe do a commentary for Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, put it on the
Patreon.
Okay, so but like, is it a show that's still going?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. So no, it's been off the air for a while, but it's on Netflix. Yeah, that could be fun.
I'd be fine with it.
That could be a good time. And by the way, Patreons and YouTube members who are in that tier, party Saturday night, our place. Saturday night. It's going to be crazy. Papa Haiti says, Daddy, Mommy, Daddy, Mommy. Hey, fellas, any good news?
No.
Short shriveled and to the left. Nothing crazy great that came out of Cinemacon tonight, but we had a good time.
James Gunn is going to make Superman human.
You're welcome. Michael Barton said Walter Hamada murdered the Snyderverse and wanted to make a Crisis on Infinite Earths movie and replace Superman with Supergirl and Batman with Batgirl.
God
Dude,
damn, that's awful.
God.
Oh yeah, Walter Hamada, which isn't he or he was the CEO? Like there was a lot of like, or is he still currently? I don't remember. I know that he did not like Snyder at all.
No.
So okay,
that was one of the biggest
there you
problems.
go.
Parton also said he was hoping for Evil Dead Burn. Yeah, that would have been cool if we got something from that, but that's so far off. I mean, you know what? But back to the Conjuring thing. Speaking of Hamada, not a lot of Conjuring news tonight either. I thought they would definitely show a sizzle reel or like a trailer for Conjuring where it's coming out this year. Nothing. Fucking nothing.
Maybe it's not good.
Nothing. Probably not. The last two have sucked. Crazy Saint said guns made for Superman. Can he handle the bat? Is he directing Brave and the Bold? No. Andy Machetti's directing that, and that
could he do Batman? Well, is Batman going to show up in this movie?
Not in Superman, but I mean, he's running the whole studio though, so technically he's in control of Batman as well. Whether he's directing or not,
I don't know. I don't think Gunn could he work Batman. I don't think so. I don't think it would be more like if he worked Batman, it would be like Batman the animated series if James Gunn worked on it.
Yeah,
with a little mix of Adam West in it.
It's a good question for sure. Gary says Robert Pattinson's a good alternate version of Batman, but he's not a good traditional Batman. He's too skinny and emo. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary.
You devil emoji. I don't think that. No, I like Robert Pattinson, dude. I really do. I like the story they told in the Batman. I think it's the truest representation of Batman I've ever seen. He relied on a shit ton of detective skills. He's not like 100% on how to do things. He didn't want to be Bruce Wayne because he's too interested in being Batman to run away from his trauma. I feel like Robert Pattinson's Batman is extremely good. It was Batman Year One, essentially, which is what Joel Schumacher wanted to do after the failure of Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin. He wanted to come back and do Batman Year One, which would be basically the same story, where it was an inexperienced Batman who would rather be Batman than Bruce Wayne. But yeah, I get that he's too skinny and emo, but I mean, that was the point of the character. He was a kid that he didn't understand where he fit in, except to be the Batman, to be vengeance or whatever.
But is he gonna fucking grow into it at some point?
Yeah, no, because at the end of that movie, he understands that he has to be both. Even Alfred was telling him, "You have to be both."
Yeah, motherfuckers gotta get in the goddamn gym and look like Batman.
Sometimes it takes a little while to get your membership at Gold's Gym.
Fucking, it's good. We're gonna be on Batman 4, and he's gonna be like, "When I was a young boy, my father." Like, it's a great song, but it's not fucking Batman.
I think the Batman 2 is gonna be insanely good. I think it's gonna be really good, dude.
I have doubts, you fucking whore. Corso Travis says, "Is Star Wars Jover?" Yeah.
Right now it is. It's dead. Aren't they
getting rid of the lady that runs it though?
No. Well, Kathleen Kennedy, she came out, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and she said, "I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna leave when I want to leave. No man is gonna tell me what the fuck to do." Something along those lines. But she is gonna be leaving at some point for sure. I don't know how you salvage the destruction that you left behind with Star Wars. I think the best route to go for Star Wars to make it palatable again is to go back and do Knights of the Old Republic, do the Revan story, cast Keanu Reeves as Revan, and tell that fucking story, and get better writers, get a better director, get a good script, all that shit, and make it. That's how you save Star Wars.
I agree with you on that one. We got a new member, Corso.
Hey,
Trevin.
Thank you, dude.
Pal. Thank you, man. Katie Sadbottom, who I love so much deeply into my heart. We love you too. It's just how dads love you. We love you too. Get your homework done. Get your fucking homework done, Katie.
And your room better be clean. Better be.
We're gonna inspect it. We're gonna put on our rubber gloves. Jonathan Dorado, member for 6 months, says, "Studs, y'all see the new Bring Her Back trailer? Hey, why don't we fucking watch it together right now, Corso or Jonathan, in honor of you, Jonathan, because this is interesting, dude. This trailer, okay. I haven't watched it yet, but it's trailer number 2 for this movie. What I know about trailer, so this is by the guys who made Talk to Me, right? They were YouTubers called Raka Raka, and they did horror shorts and shit.
Oh yeah, I know them.
Talk to Me. You enjoyed Talk to Me too, didn't you?
I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I did too. They just released the new trailer for this. The first trailer they released was perfect. It's not really.
By the
it
way,
wasn't even more.
I want to say really quick, Raka Raka or Raka Raka, whatever you want. That's fucking awesome, dude. I remember watching them back in the day. We'd only had a channel for a few years, and I remember watching their videos, and it was so fucking good. They did like parodies of like Star Wars, and their special effects were out of this world for a YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they were a YouTube, like they did like YouTube videos, like parodies. And that's fucking
that's
awesome,
cool.
Dude. That's so cool that they've got this this movie, this feature length film.
I didn't even know that.
Second feature length
that's
film, yeah.
Badass. So the first trailer that came out, like everybody's like, talking about, it's like there's not really anything to talk about, and that's a beautiful thing because the first trailer that came out was just a bunch of random scary imagery. There's no way to tell where it's going to go or what it's going to be about. So here's trailer number 2. This comes out, I believe, this year.
Looks like me and Mike filming a sketch.
As you cope with Kathy being gone.
I didn't.
Is this my new sister and brother, Oliver? Oliver lost his family just like you guys. Needed someone that could give him special care.
Idiot.
Put it in the microwave.
Gotta tell you a secret. It's like a little angel.
Oh my god, dude.
It's a beautiful angel. It does beautiful things. Listen. Listen.
Oh my god, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen. Some people believe the spirit stays in the body for months after death.
Put it out!
We can bring her back.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I'm going to get a prescription for Lexapro after having watched that trailer. I don't like that. I don't like that.
That was scary, dude.
It does. It looks extremely scary, and I can only imagine how much more terrifying that would be in a theater. 100,000%. Holy fucking shit, dude. Man,
My God,
congratulations,
dude.
Raka Raka, dude. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. Listen, Jay and I did a stream a while back, and it was our top 10 scariest movies of all time. And we had the hardest time making that list, right? Because as much as we all love horror movies and they've scared us since we were kids, it's so fucking rare to have a movie. Like all the horror movies that come out, they're all great and we all love them. But it's so rare that one of them's actually truly scary. You know, you got Sinister, Hereditary, Exorcist, like. So when a trailer like this comes out and it looks like it has the propensity to actually fucking scare you, that you need to pay attention to. And that's exciting.
Yeah, and it's got a good story behind it too. So, or at least what I saw in the trailer, which is always important. It's not always about like doing the quick jump scares like a James Wan movie, which by the way, I'm not taking anything from James Wan. James Wan is still a great director, but relying so heavily on a quick jump scare, like that's what you said that the lady in the treehouse was, right? The lady in the yard.
The lady in the yard, yeah.
Yeah, the lady in the treehouse is the sequel that's gonna get made. But yeah, where it was just like quick jump scares. I hate fucking movies like that. I don't like jump scares at all. But like I'm cool with it if the story is good and it makes sense and it organically happens. I hate when they just like, well, I have no ideas. Boom, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. And that just makes me mad.
We promised that we'd watch the Friendship trailer, so let's watch that real quick as well. But let's say it right now. That's really high on the list, right? That was fucking awesome.
So I'm gonna 100% see Sinners. We are, and we'll do a review on it. I'm gonna go see that movie for sure. And I will see this movie as well for sure.
Yeah, that looks awesome, man. Okay, Friendship, the trailer. This came out a while ago. It's got Paul Rudd. Is Paul Rudd in this one? He may not be. Can't remember. Anyway, let's just watch it.
That's me looking for a better internet service.
Hello. Howdy. Howdy.
Honey, did
Sex
you need
Panther.
you over for a drink date tonight? I said you'd go.
Hey, Mara.
You don't know my schedule.
You sit there every night. Might be nice to have a pal, you know, a bud.
Oh, I hate it when they talk to you like that.
Hey, guys. This is my neighbor, Craig. He's the best.
I Love You, Man, Part 2.
I mean, I see the way the guys look at her. I'm scared. Sheila's lucky to have a dad like you.
Boy, you should know that I've got you on my mind, your secret admirer.
Still uncomfortable.
I've been watching you.
That's a good song,
At
though.
night, I think of you.
We're gonna make a boy band,
I
y'all.
want to be your baby.
If your game is on, give me a call.
I'm gonna.
Your love is strong. I can see the future. It's full of pals. I'm on the edge of life, and
I love that
view
song.
is gorgeous. Look, we had a couple of really nice hangs, but I think it best that we go our separate ways.
Oh, we got Matt.
I don't
He's
wish to
drinking a boot.
continue this friendship.
He's got a cable guy.
You all accepted me way too fast. You can't do that.
Oh shit!
You
that's
made me
scary.
feel too free. People need rules.
You should be dead, you psycho! Who are you?
Give me a second chance. Get to know me.
This is a comedy.
There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that.
Is that a comedy? I don't even know. Like, dude, that.
I
was
think
like
it's a comedy mixed with horror. Like, I
That-
think like it
I
seems
kinda
like a
like it.
friendship movie, but then like they push him away, and then one side or the other's crazy. I can't tell which.
So they finally made a movie about that dude that's like, leave Brittany alone. Leave her
Jelly Bean
alone.
said, "Did you touch my drum set?"
I put my
better
nutsack on it. Dude, I'm not. I think of you. I like that song, dude. Oh yeah. But then
That is
I'd be like, if I were sitting in a friend group that I had just met, and then a bunch of dudes after drinking were like, "Hey, let's play this R&B song together." Like, this gay as fuck. I don't know what's going to happen later on after a few more
Exit
surveys.
said it's like watching a web stream.
100%. Yeah, it is. It's like, why are you talking about random movie quotes and random things? I don't know.
But I kind of get it though. Like imagine if like you stumbled, like if you were like a loner and then you stumbled into this group and Paul Rudd, who's like the best friend anybody could have, like brings you into his bosom, right? And then like you think you have this great and you're obsessed with it, and all of a sudden they're like, we don't want to hang out with you anymore. Like, and then like you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like that's kind of cool. I mean, but it's kind of fucked up.
I've been in those situations before. I usually just like take the hint and leave. I'll just go home. I mean, it's fine if you don't hang out. Like you were funny at first, and then I'm kind of done with you.
It reminds me of I Love You Man though, when he was like, all right, quick, everybody say it at the same time. Beatles or Stones? And then the Iron Man guy's like, I don't give a fuck.
See, I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna like reverse. I thought that Paul Rudd was gonna be the weirdo, especially with the mustachio, and like he looked like Sex Panther 2.0 from Anchorman.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna be like that dude to be like, hey, you know what you could do is you could cheat on your wife, and I'll cover for you, and then he's gonna fuck his wife while he's like trying to get on another girl.
Shelly Beans is right. It's like I Love You Man, Ghosted, the sequel.
Yeah,
that would be a fun movie, I think, to do a first time commentary watch together. And watch it unravel in front of us as we enjoy it. That could be fun.
Yeah, we could do the we could go see it and then like do the review in the car, but I don't know if that works. We tried that before. I think we did that a long time ago. We did years ago. We went and seen Ghost Rider, the sequel, and we came out of the theater and did the review in front of the theater, and it was pretty stupid.
I don't mind. I would like to start doing stuff like that every once in a while. Just doing like some.
It's not bad.
Have,
I don't know how to. I don't know. It can come off as
we had so much
corny.
fun. Like doing Comic-Con was so much fun. Just walking around and like wingdinging it. I would like to start doing more stuff like that for sure. Adrian
I literally
said,
look like Pizza the Hut because it was all up my face. I'm never gonna do that again.
So did I.
I'm gonna get like a fucking stick to walk around with.
The lighting in the convention's not great. That's not our fault. Adrian said, bro, someone in my feed just posted Ric Flair was found dead in his bathroom overnight.
What?
It's just scary because it's almost believable. It's
fucking piece of shit. Dude, that's what okay. So someone was asking earlier, or maybe mine was like, oh, maybe we're getting too old and crotchety. That shit's not funny to me. I was like, that fucking sucks, dude. You're gonna lie about someone's death and be like, I fooled you.
It's sort of believable about anyone who's famous, though. Like found dead in their bathroom, like, yeah, well, that makes sense. Colton, good man, says, can you guys roast each other? I'll get you started. Jay looks like he plays in a bowling league. That last 10 minutes of Born Again episode 6 is fire. I haven't seen it yet. Shut up, Colton.
Colton, why don't you just go back to goddamn Fortnite? You motherfucker coming in here with your inflammatory comments, trying to get shit started. I won't do it.
Yeah, I'll roast you. I'll roast you right fucking
fuck you, dude. Don't do it because
yeah.
I don't do
your
it.
Internet fucking sucks and your dick tastes like a unicorn. And I think that's gay.
Okay. Well, your mouth looks inviting and I want to put my penis in it.
Oh, well, that's wonderful because like a dick shouldn't taste like a unicorn, okay? Because it's magical and it's sweet and it's like a new drink at Starbucks that I just want to suck on all day and I can't. You know why? Because I'm not gay like you.
I'm not gay.
It's okay
either,
that you are, though.
Your face looks like a landing pad for my ass, and I think that's great.
I hope it is. How about that? Agent said you have to pick. JLC has announced for a new Halloween trilogy. Jackie Earle Haley announced for a new Nightmare on Elm Street trilogy. Crystal Lake focuses solely on Mrs. Voorhees. Definitely not JLC. Put that out. I'm done.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, we're done with that.
Get rid of Jackie Earle. I'm gonna have to accept the darkness that is Crystal Lake focuses only.
Man, I don't know though. Ooh, that's C. Because Jackie Earle Haley is not a bad actor. Like he's not. I feel like I would go with that one if they were promising not to use CGI for his makeup and shit and write a decent script. Because at least it's still Freddy Krueger.
You got a point. He wasn't bad. It was the look of him that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're right.
And the plot.
Well, I can't be guaranteed of that. So I'll have to stick with my original.
But 100% Jamie Lee Curtis is over. I'm done with that.
Oh yeah, get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of my face. Gary says the traditional comic book Kevin Conroy Batman is a ninja and playboy like Bale, big, unrealistically strong like Ben, and detective like Patterson. They need to combine them. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like Patterson's fine. Like I like the dark Bat Reeves verse, but like Patterson as fucking Patterson's the worst Bruce Wayne, dude. He's the worst Bruce.
Well, because
Wayne.
he wasn't Bruce Wayne in that movie. Like he wasn't Bruce Wayne. Like he hadn't accepted that he has to be. Well, no, he wasn't. He hadn't accepted the reality that he had to be Bruce Wayne yet. Like he was still only diving into Batman because of his trauma. I will say this. I think I swear to God, dude, the guy that could have done all three of those and done a great job, but it was unfortunate because the director wasn't on the same page as a lot of fans were, and the script was subpar. Val Kilmer, I feel like hit all three.
He was a wonderful Batman. And
and he was a great Bruce Wayne, and he was a good detective. He was like clock, and like solving the fucking riddles. Yeah.
Death del Namor 808 has become a new member. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And finally, Billy says, my sister's pregnant. I'm gonna be uncle father.
I'm not surprised at all. Not even the slightest. I hope you're gonna be a great uncle father.
You look like you eat hamburger helper every night.
Definitely picks his butt and smells it every day.
Like that you stole. You even stole the hamburger helper. Like it's not good, Billy.
By the way, guys, I want to point this out as we're closing up tonight. We've had 350 basically concurrent viewers. Amazing stream. Amazing concurrent viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of it. If you guys are new, like Mike mentioned, we're going to have a Patreon stream on Saturday. It's a good time. We get to get away with a lot of stuff we can't do and say on regular YouTube. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. Hang out with us a little bit. I'm going to work on Discord tomorrow. Once I get it up and running and I play around with it a little bit, I'll make sure that Mike gets it so he can put it out to people. That's going to be fun, especially if you guys want to like voice chat a little bit. I think that would be cool.
Before we go, let's just by the way, we're not going to live stream tomorrow night. We don't know what Universal's going to bring out, and if Universal does show anything, they will copyright strike you immediately because they're pieces of fucking shit. We'll cover that in some form or fashion on the channel, but we won't be live tomorrow night. But yeah, like Jay said, thank you guys for hanging out. And also, before we go, let's just give a little let's do a little At Night I Think of You.
I know the song, I just don't know the lyrics.
I don't know the lyrics either. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Like when they first started saying, I was like, let me love you down, even if it's all right. I was like, that'd be weird if a bunch of dudes were singing that in the garage after drinking beer. Like, what's weird?
It's true. But, hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge. And I'm thinking we're gonna go. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. It's been fucking fun. You guys are the coolest. We'll see you guys soon.
See you guys. Bye.
Night, night.